Hello everyone and welcome to your June 2023 reading. This is the Willow Witch channel and we're just going to get right into it. So we're doing a little bit of a different approach to the reading today. I'm going to pull 12 different piles and we will correspond them with the Zodiac signs, so Aries through Pisces. But we'll also be listing them as just piles 1 through 12. So feel free to go with however you prefer to pick your pile. You can just pick a pile that you're drawn to, or you can pick a pile according to a zodiac sign, perhaps your own sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or you could certainly watch for somebody else, do some cross-watching. If you're curious about their month, that sort of thing, or you can do a combination, whatever you're called to do this month is totally up to you, and you get to kind of custom design your own reading today. So, all right, let's get started. So we've got for pile number 1 for Aries, number 39, waiting. And for pile number 2, Taurus, we have number 16, listen. For pile number 3, Gemini, we have number 10, imagination. For pile number 4, Cancer, we have number 28, conflict. To scoot these over just a little bit proactively now, so make sure we can get them all in frame. Actually, I'm going to scoot them up a little bit as well. There we go. I think that'll work well. All right. For pile number 5, Leo, we have winning, number 29. And for pile number 6, Virgo, we have letting go, number 21. Beautiful cards so far. Okay, and then we are going to start from this side as if we're doing a circle and come back this way. Okay, so the next pile, number 7, is going to go down here below Virgo's pile. So for pile number 7, Libra, we have rewards, number 35. If you hear noise in the background, my kitten is playing and is like kind of running around like a crazy child, which she is. So that's the noise back there. So for number 8, pile number 8, Scorpio, we have rhythms, 44. For pile number 9, Sagittarius, we have adventure, number 23. And for pile 10, Capricorn, we have counsel, number 18. For pile number 11, which is Capricorn, we have repose, number 17. And for pile number 12, Pisces, we have ask, number 3. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to organize these cards so they make a bit more of a complete circle. One moment. Okay, so just to go over how we're doing this reading again, we have pile 1 starting over here, going through pile 6, and then pile 7 through pile 12. So that also corresponds to Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. I'll give you some time to choose your pile and decide, and I can't wait to see you in your readings today. Hello, beautiful Aries, pile number 1. However you've come to this reading, you are meant to be here today, and we are going to look at some messages coming through for your next upcoming month, which, if you're coming at this time in the reading, may be June 2023. But if you are coming at a different time, you can always take this energy for the upcoming month as it feels correct to you. So go ahead and pull out a rune for you today. Okay, so we have Ansus. We're actually going to place this rune on this beautiful feather that I picked up from my yard yesterday. So Ansus is a rune of communication and transmission of knowledge. It's also linked to the Norse god of Odin, and very literally can be translated into the mouth, symbolizing the mouth. So very much related to some sort of communication going on for you this month. And of course, we have your beautiful guiding card here of waiting. So number 39, which adds up to 12, which makes me think of that Hanged Man card where Odin, the Norse god, is often depicted as being in that card, going to the great oak tree, also can be symbolic for a tree of knowledge, and hanging upside down for 9 days and 9 nights in order to be able to understand the runes and also get great spiritual knowledge and insight and essentially enlightenment. So very interesting. I'm definitely getting a strong message here. The Traveler, the Fool card. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm almost getting this message, this image of you preparing, like gathering all the things that you need over this next month so that you might embark on a new adventure, but that you're doing it very wisely. I mean, you've got 2 great horned owls, which symbolize some great wisdom that's inherent in you, and that perhaps you're even cultivating over this next month here, because with this rune that can symbolize transmission of knowledge, I almost feel like you're getting like downloads of knowledge while you're going through this preparation period that's going to prepare you to really, you're taking this leap of faith, right? The Fool can often be seen, I'm getting a lot of like hiccups right now too, which is very much like a confirmation for me when I'm getting these messages. The Fool can often be seen as, foolhardy, of course. Like it can be directly taken really literally, and sometimes that's the case, but I'm getting in this situation for you, Aries, pile number 1, it's not the case. You are not being foolish with this new beginning. You are taking all of the necessary steps. You're gathering knowledge, gathering wisdom, so that when you take that leap forward, you're essentially guaranteed to land on solid ground. Okay, let's see what else we've got in your cards here. 5 of crystals, so this is 5 of pentacles, and in this deck it has a very positive meaning. So there's this ladybug, which is symbolic of great luck. Ladybug is a symbol of luck in many cultures. When a ladybug when a ladybug lands on you, like on your clothing or on your hand, often it's traditional to make a wish and then, you know, gently blow on the ladybug so that they fly on their way. And it's essentially they're carrying the wish that you've made with them, and it's a lucky sign that that wish will come true. And then the symbol or the keywords here are persistence and new possibilities. So again, we're getting that repetition, that repeating messages here of new, you know, new adventures, new possibilities, doors opening in front of you this month. So pretty exciting energy here. Let's get one more card from this deck. Yes, the Three of Crystals. So you might be collaborating with somebody on this new venture. I'm seeing that even though you have this waiting energy, you're being very productive. It's not like you're just sitting around twiddling your thumbs, you know, ho-humming and sitting back on your haunches. Like you are, you're staying quite, like I'm not getting a sense that you're overly, you know, hustle and bustle, hectic, busy. It's almost this restful, like you've got a to-do list and you're checking it off one by one, and you feel really accomplished. You feel the more that you get accomplished this month in preparation for this new adventure, this new door that's opening for you, the more you're feeling at peace and ready to take that step forward. You're kind of tying up loose ends, settling any debts is another phrase that comes to mind, so that might be relevant to somebody here. You're almost like planting those seeds, right? Like you might be making new connections or gaining support from like people who are providing money, funding, time, energy into this new venture. You're like solidifying those bonds and those commitments so that when you step forward, when you know, open the doors on your new business, or you know, enter into this new partnership, you know, put a new project into motion, begin work on a new book, you know, just some examples that are kind of popping into my head. So maybe they're relevant for some of you watching here. But whenever you take this first grand step and really get the ball rolling here, you've already essentially greased the wheels, as the saying is. So it's smooth going, smooth sailing. You don't have any unexpected bumps coming up because you've already anticipated any potential issues. So kudos to you. I'm seeing very, very strong work there. We're going to pull a few more tarot cards here, but from a different deck. So this is the Ask the Witch Tarot, and we're going to pull these cards right below these three cards that I've already pulled. So they'll act as a little bit of clarification, but they'll also be their own standalone message. So first we've got the Four of Swords. Yeah, a very restful card. That's under the Fool. So I'm not seeing necessarily that you're making like that you're just jumping headlong into a new adventure right away in June. If anything, it might come, you know, this full energy, this starting a new adventure energy might come at the end of June. I'm getting for the majority of your month, you are in a more waiting, preparing, you know, watching, making sure all of your ducks are in a row, as we say, you know, that everything is in alignment is the really strong message that's coming through before you start on this new adventure. Yes. And then the Magician. Beautiful. So you have some really strong manifesting energy going on here. Not only are you essentially like emanating this energy of luck. It's like you're attracting in exactly the right connections, people, resources that you need in order to go on this new adventure, to start this new project of yours, you know, whatever this Fool card pertains to, you're drawing in everything that you need, you know. I'm almost getting the sense of like you think it, like you're like, man, it would be really nice if I, you know, found the right place, the right storefront to start this new business of mine. And then you're driving down the street one day and you see a for sale sign on one of your favorite street corners in a storefront that you didn't even know was going out of business or was relocating, and it's just absolutely perfect, and it feels meant for you, you know, just waiting for you to be ready, essentially. And it's like you think it, you see it, you know, in the physical world. Another example, especially with this like energy here of, so this witch, you know, she's got her, essentially her wand here that she's manifesting. She's painted an eye of protection. She's got all these animals around her. She's got a tame tiger, you know, who's maybe not actually tame, but is allowing her to, you know, pet him. She has this, I think it's like a bobcat walking up from the back. She has a bird of prey here, a dog, you know, all these animals hanging out around her, just essentially waiting for, essentially to be either of assistance or waiting for her, you know, commands. They're all her seconds here is the energy that's coming through. She has all of her tools of trade ready in front of her, and she's essentially like waiting on this precipice of putting things into motion. And so you're gathering around you all of the energies, you know. I'm almost getting like these are different types of energy, whether they signify people, different types of people, or, you know, whatever it might be, whatever it might kind of like resonate as for you. They're kind of lining up to help you get this started, get this off the ground. And there's very much an energy of kind of like trying to figure out how to put this into words. Yeah, it's almost like you're the analogy that comes to my mind is if you were like a long distance runner and you're getting ready to run a marathon. The night before, you're going to eat like a big bowl of pasta. You know, you're going to store up all of those calories, all of those carbohydrates that you're going to need as energy over that long run. And so to me, it feels like you're storing up all of this energy that you're going to need when you get this started, because you anticipate and you know that it's going to be for the long haul. And so you want to make sure that you're rested, that you're prepared, that you have all of the tools of the trade, all of the knowledge, all of the, you know, lessons learned, you know, whatever it might be, gathered and ready to help around you before you start off on that path. Okay, so yeah, getting this month of June, these two want to come out together. Okay, really interesting. So this month of June is, you just being really, really smart. Like, I'm pretty impressed, honestly, at the maturity and the foresight that's being shown here in this reading. So good job, Aries. Okay, so these cards came out together. So we've got the Devil and the Four of Pentacles. Ah, yes. So I'm getting kind of like a devil is in the details message, and that you're really being cautious. You know, you kind of have this like impulse to jump ahead, to, you know, it'd be really easy and really tempting to just jump into things and get things started quickly, but that you really are holding that back and making sure that you're building this solid foundation. The other message that comes through with this combination for me in relation to your other cards here is that one thing that might be tempting to do is essentially to not ask others to pull their weight, okay? So it may be a tendency of yours to take everything on yourself. and kind of to maybe even hide some details from others that, you know, maybe it'd be helpful if they contributed more funds or more time. You know, maybe you are needing a little bit of grace because you're expending so much energy getting ready for this new beginning that you can't give quite as much to others that have been dependent on your energy in one way or another, or your assistance in certain things in their lives. And right now you're the one that's needing a bit more from them, which is fair. You know, when we are in a relationship, no matter what kind, there's a balance, right? A give and take. Not one person or one element of that relationship is always giving or always taking. You know, there's a need for that balance, and it's perfectly fine to be essentially the needy one at times, right? Like it's okay. We all have needs. We're human. Like that's part of being human, and it's actually quite healthy to assert those needs and ask for those to be met from other people, you know, with moderation, right? So yeah, I'm almost getting that. Don't hold on so tightly to kind of your almost like your ego, in that, you know, it's hard to ask for help sometimes, especially if we are very, very capable and very, very good at doing everything ourselves. You're actually going to be a lot more efficient, and you're going to produce things that are actually generally better is the message that's coming through. Like more creative, more well-rounded. You know, people have different perspectives, different life experiences, so they you know, getting other people's opinions and insight is going to make your product or your business or your partnership or whatever it is that you're starting all the better, all the stronger, because of other people's influence into that. Okay, so beautiful message there. And then let's go ahead and get just one final card from this tarot deck. This is the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck. I apologize, I have some allergies going on, so if you hear me sniffling a little bit, that's why. I was out weeding in my garden yesterday and my allergies really kicked in. Oh, all right. Your card is quite eager. Ah, yes. The Wisdom card. So this is card number 10 in this deck, which also stands for the Wheel of Fortune. And I just have to point out that these colors of this feather and this color, the colors in this card match so well. And what that's telling me, because this feather actually just like appeared. Literally, I was weeding in a patch. I walked away for a second, like literally like 3 feet away, turned around, came back. There were no birds around. I looked up all over the place, didn't see any, but this feather had appeared in that patch, and it felt very much like a sign, a symbol of guidance. And for me, it was guiding me to do this reading for you all today. But I feel like for you will be given this guiding light as you make your way through the month of June. So, you know, this is showing me kind of that glow of that new start that you are walking towards. And this figure is wearing essentially the fur of a bear, which is very symbolic of deep wisdom, of, you know, things. So I'm very much getting that cycle message of that you are able to put things to rest, tie up loose ends, you know, close any doors that need to be closed in order to open this new door and start on this new adventure without being burdened or held back, or you know, it's like you're freeing up some resources in order to be able to put more energy, the appropriate amount of your energy into this new endeavor to make it successful. And if you're struggling a bit with that this month about what changes to make, or if you're going in the right direction or making the right decisions, I believe you're going to be shown signs. So kind of stay open to that. Yeah, your spirit guides are here saying, ask us for a sign. If you have the time, maybe sit quietly, meditate outside in nature, and yeah, I feel like that may be a good environment for you to be shown the way if you need some extra guidance there this month. So all right, Aries, pile number 1, really beautiful message coming through for you today. Yeah, I'm so I feel like there's so much more that could be said here. I'm so excited for you, but I'm going to leave that here, and we're going to move to our next reading. So I hope that the message gave you the guidance that you were needing, or a little bit of encouragement. I love doing readings like this for you guys, so definitely feel free to comment down below. Helping out my channel by subscribing and liking is greatly appreciated. I love seeing new subscribers on there, and I'm just so thrilled that you came and watched this reading with me today. So I can't wait to do another reading for you again in the future. Bye, pile 1, beautiful Aries. See you next time. Hello, pile 2, beautiful Taurus. So you have the energy of listen. The keywords are paying attention, dialogue, and communicating. And the number here is number 16. There's a beautiful black, this is a red-winged blackbird that's on her finger there. And I think those are peonies in her hair, and right here beneath the bird as well. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. There's also a little bee here and a moth. So all of those might be meaningful to some of you. All right, so we are going to draw just one rune. So the rune of ice. This is the rune Isa. So that rune can mean a pause. It can mean that, it can be kind of like a rune of rest. So let's get what else is going on in your month here. We're going to draw some tarot cards for you. Pile 2, beautiful Taurus listeners. 4 of feathers. Well, that's very much repeating that same message. So the keywords here are sanctuary and rest. This is the 4 of swords. So might be getting a message, so I am getting from your guides that listen is like a direct command to you, or a request. Perhaps we'll put it as a request. And that they're communicating that you have a need for some rest this month. I'm feeling like you might be getting some communications in your dreams, or if you take time to meditate, that's when some really meaningful, needed guidance is going to be coming through for you this month. So definitely getting a really strong message for you to, heed this. Take some time, take some rest. If there's a problem that's come up that kind of has made you feel a bit frozen, the way to essentially break through that feeling of ice, of being frozen and not sure which way to go, is actually going to be to sleep on it, or to meditate on it, or both. Yes, number 12, the Hanged Man. So this major arcana card, patience and perspective. I mean, very much. It's just a repeated message here, right? Of like needing to, so you might feel this stuck energy at some point here in June. I'm getting maybe towards like the first, maybe like the first part of the second week of June is coming through kind of specifically. So yeah, and I'm almost getting like my words want to freeze in my throat sort of feeling. So you might kind of get this like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say, I don't know which direction to go. And your guides are saying, have patience with this. You need this kind of refreshing of your perspective. You need to be able to look at this situation in a new light, in a new way, and that might just take a little time. You might just need to rest on this before you can get this breakthrough of understanding and know which way to go, which way to act. Who I was going to say what to choose, but I'm actually getting who to choose. So that may be the case for some of you, that you are making a decision in a partnership, in a relationship, in a potential, dating situation, or even, in a like who to work with type of situation. And perhaps you felt really unsure on, pros and cons for each choice weren't necessarily giving you guidance with your logical mind, and feeling you might need to wait for some clarity simply by resting and maybe turning your mind away from that situation for a bit, giving your mind a rest from just going in circles or feeling stuck on the situation. Maybe go do something completely different that has nothing to do with any of this that's going on. Go play a board game, go play a game of miniature golf, go play, a video game, like do something fun with your friends, go out for a night of dancing and don't even think about this problem. And you might wake up the next day and suddenly know which way to turn. Okay, so let's get one more card here. Seven of Shells, choice. Yeah, so I can see, there's maybe even multiple choices before you, multiple ways of proceeding along your path, multiple ways of even being in the world, like multiple ways that you can show up in this situation and represent yourself. And you really want to make the best one. You can see that this choice ties directly into the goals that you have for your future. And so, in the month of June, I can see that this choice feels extremely significant. And yeah, it is. Definitely. I'm getting very much validation from your guides that, this isn't something to make a kind of flippant, frivolous choice on. This deserves your time and your patience, and you deserve to have that space. Give yourself that space to really feel, in your bones, in your heart, in your soul, that this is the right choice to make, and you will get to that point in June. Okay, so let's get some other cards here from a different tarot deck. So this is the Ask the Witch deck. Really love the messages that come through these cards. The illustrations are quirky and always pique my interest. So we're going to use them as clarification for each of these cards, but also as messages in their own right. So let's see what we have here. Aha, the Sun. So yeah, you're gonna get there. It's like when the sun rises after this period of rest, it's gonna melt this ice. It's gonna crack the ice, melt it. You're gonna have this insight, this clarity of mind, and all of a sudden that frozen, wasteland, that frozen, like wintry landscape that you felt like you were looking out on because you were feeling stuck, you didn't know which way to go. Suddenly it's going to be a field of sunflowers, and it's going to be warm, and there's going to be birds singing. flowers blooming, right? And you're just gonna be like, okay, this is my next step. You know, I know which direction to go in. I also feel like there's maybe gonna be, so with this card, you know, we've got this little like person running through the fields with, you know, it's almost like they like dressed in haste and part of their clothing is like flying through the field behind them because they couldn't even take the time to like completely wrap themselves up, right? Like they're just like so excited about this, you know, sudden like warmth and summer and blooming of all the flowers. So I feel like you're gonna be almost this sense of like giddy relief and feeling like a child again this month. It might take a little time to get there, but I'm feeling by the end of June, you're gonna have this feeling of just like, like release the burdens. You feel like 10 pounds lighter and you just run through, you know, it feels like when you're doing kind of your day-to-day life, it's like you're, you know, dancing in a field of flowers. So really beautiful energy there. The moon. Wow, the sun and the moon. I was wondering, because I was like, the message coming through felt a little bit one-dimensional, and I kept having a feeling of, is there something else going on here? So yeah, there might be, you know, the sun and the moon can often come out symbolizing a union, a coming together of two people who really well balance each other out, who, you know, complement each other's strengths and weaknesses and work really well together. So whether that's a love partnership for some of you, a working relationship for others, or both, you know, you could be encountering both types of partnership this month or strengthening both types of partnership. But whatever aspect this is in your life, even if this is meeting a friend who is really going to feel like, yeah, like, you know, those friends that you meet and you've always kind of like struggled to maybe, oh, I don't know, like you have a hard time cleaning your house on a regular basis and making sure like all your plants are watered and, you know, that you kind of like dust in the corners and like sometimes things kind of just tend to add up and then it can just feel overwhelming. And all of a sudden you meet this friend and they're like, hey, you know, I love cleaning houses together. Do you want to come over and help me clean mine? And I'll come over and help you clean yours. And it turns out that everything that you hate to do with cleaning your house, your friend absolutely loves, and vice versa. Like the things that they don't like to do, you like to do. And so you make this like sudden arrangement that you are both going to go over and clean each other's houses together, you know, every so often. And all of a sudden you never have to clean in those dusty corners anymore because your friend just absolutely loves like making sure that the corners don't get forgotten. So it's a very specific analogy. It probably won't resonate for many of you, but that's kind of the energy that's coming through, is like somebody who just who balances you out, who, you know, sees every aspect of you and sees your weaknesses and your strengths and embraces it all and is kind of naturally like fits into those, you know, like a puzzle piece, right? Like fills the gaps and, you know, you fill their gaps, right? So, okay, let's see what the last card here from this deck is. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Interesting. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles under the Seven of Pentacles. I'm actually going to get, I'm curious to see, I have some thoughts, but I actually am getting the guidance to wait to say anything until we've pulled a tarot card from this deck, which is the Dreams of Gaia. I'm getting some like tingling on my scalp, so yeah, it's kind of an affirmation of like waiting to say anything until we have a little more guidance here a little more clarity. All right, so let's see what we have come through. Oh yeah, I'm getting like all kinds of tingling. So there's like some really big message that's meant for you here. We've got the 5 of air. Or no, sorry, the 5 of water. How interesting. Wow, okay. So very specific message coming through for some of you. So I am getting that for some of you, there might be a really opportune meeting of somebody this month at something that you do either for work or as like something that you're really skilled at. So this could be, you know, maybe you volunteer your talents in some way, or you're part of like a club or some other like collective where you contribute to like your community, contribute to the arts. Maybe you're part of like a theater group, or for some of you, I'm getting like a logging team, which is like a lumberjack sports type of team. Very specific, so it's definitely not going to pertain to everybody. This might even be something that you do out in nature, because I'm getting like, you know, with this image here of her being surrounded by greenery and far away from this little town in the distance. It might be something that you go out and do that's either kind of isolated, or it could even be symbolizing that you're very unique in how you are able to do this thing. Like you have talents that are kind of hard to find and really quite sought out is the message that I'm getting as well. So whatever it is, I feel like you are going to be doing this thing, and you might be meeting somebody, whether this is at work or not, but you might be meeting somebody who feels like this companion to you. So the sun and moon energy, you know, however you kind of resonate, they're going to be someone who complements you in a really significant way that perhaps you haven't even encountered that type of energy before. Because I'm seeing now I'm being drawn to these 2 flames that are in this card, this moon card. So for some of you, you know, twin flames may be significant, maybe something that you resonate with. You certainly don't have to. Could also be, you know, a work partnership where you really, like, you're both passionate, you both kind of hold a torch for a similar thing that you would like to do and enact in the world and manifest into being. I'm getting that it's with this honeysuckle here, it's going to be a really sweet, really rewarding endeavor that you embark on together. Yes, beautiful triple goddess symbolism here with the 3, with the wolf, the coyote, and the fox walking around them. And then the 3 honeysuckles here, I'm getting like 333, like triple goddess, you know, the moon phases, energy. So it might be that you meet them. I mean, there is a full moon on the 3rd this month. June 3rd has a full moon. So there could be something related to the full moon with meeting this person. Really a lot of quite strong symbolism coming through there. So you might find something by looking at this card, and if something stands out to you, getting the guidance that it might be wise for you to do a little research on that symbolism if you're needing some guidance. But June 3rd might be significant timing for you this month. And then with this card, again, with this mirror and these mirrored 2 faces, this eye here, and I'm kind of getting that Odin message again, because Odin only has 1 eye, and Odin for me kind of stands out in the Hanged Man card as well. So I do feel like you're going to be getting some pretty significant insight essentially by like looking at a problem and maybe even looking at this connection with a new light, like a new way of seeing into things. And you might have to use your intuition more than just your visual, you know, looking at things on kind of the physical plane. With this opal on his chest here, definitely getting, you know, guidance to use like your heart intuition here with this watery energy as well. Yeah, it has a very like dreamy, mystical kind of feeling. So definitely some guidance to like, if you tend to be, okay, so this is a specific message that's coming through for some of you. If you tend to be a workaholic, right? Really, really important this month that you allow yourself some time to just dream and be like kind of less attached to being just productive, right? Like give yourself some peace, some sanctuary, maybe even read some like occult type of books, like read about tarot or read about meditation or read about like the chakras or astrology, or, you know, look that information up online, or pull your own tarot readings, and kind of let yourself contemplate and just kind of sit in that almost like in between energy state where you're more receptive and open to getting intuitive messages and messages of guidance. Okay, so that feels complete. I really enjoyed doing your reading. Really, like, I don't think I stressed this very much, but like incredible energy here with the sun and the moon coming out right next to each other. Like that almost never happens. It's quite rare. So pretty impressive energy for you this month. Beautiful pile 2 Taurus. So yeah, I would love to hear what your experiences are. If you have the desire to share, definitely comment down below, subscribe, like, share, all of those things. I'm so grateful for. It very much helped to grow this channel, and I can't wait to see you again in a future reading. Have a beautiful month, pile 2 Taurus watchers, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye. Welcome, pile 3 Gemini watchers. We are doing your June 2023 reading. Any messages that are helpful for you to hear this month. And I'm going to pull one rune for you to start out your reading. So we have, let me just place this right up here. So we have Tewaz, which is the warrior strength rune. Success in competition. So very interesting with this imagination card number 10, which has the message of conjure, dreams, and create as the keywords here. There's a moth on her hair as well, which to me, moths are always this strong sign of intuition, of getting messages and receiving, like insight into something important. You know, she's got a book here that is partly open. She's looking away and contemplating. She's imagining, you know, she's creating and conjuring, essentially manifesting something here. So really interesting. Let's see what this pertains to. I'm still just being drawn to the fact that you got the warrior strength rune, Gemini, for the month of June. I don't know why, but that just seems really significant with this arrow pointing up. Yeah, it's like you're ascending in something. It's like it's because you've imagined it that it's happening. Wow. Okay. So the High Priestess, intuition and sacred knowledge. Wow. Yeah, I'm getting that you, in the month of June, you're getting some hits of intuition that, okay, beautiful. The Hanged Man. This actually came out in the Taurus reading in its exact position. So there might be some ties there for you if you have Taurus in your chart or were drawn to pile 2. And 3 of Shells, playfulness and bliss. Okay, wow. So this is the 3 of Cups, the card of celebration. This combination is giving me so much like, man, you are going to have quite a beautiful month of June. Like, I feel like so I'm being reminded of a quote from Albert Einstein, I believe, that is, it's like, oh God, imagination. I want to find that, so hang on, I'm going to pause it really quick. Okay, so the quote I was thinking of is, imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. So I'm getting such a strong energy, such a strong message coming through for you here that essentially you're able to imagine the June next month that you want and you're creating it. It's almost as if you're imagining what's already going to be happening. Like what you're imagining is it's like your mind is giving you a preview of the things that will come to pass in this next month for you. And it's like you're approaching it, you're able to approach it with this like patience and this sense of like play. And that's exactly the energy that you want to be in to manifest your dreams. Like you want to be able to put it out there, but put it out there with a sense of like playfulness and happiness and contentment and like patience and perspective. Like all of those really positive energies you're able to hold within you this month, and it's almost without effort. Like you have this warrior strength rune where you're just like, you're ascending. It's like your energy has successfully gotten through kind of that like competing, growing sort of energy where you're like head to head with something and you feel like you have to like dig your heels in and push with all your might just to make it budge an inch. Like now, instead of doing that, you're like dancing around your competition. You're twirling and leaping, and all of a sudden you're off in the distance, going on your path, and your, competition's just scratching their head like, how did that even happen? How did they, get past me so easily without even breaking a sweat? Like, yeah, so hopefully that makes sense and resonates there. It's quite a beautiful message coming through. I'm excited to see what else we get in your reading this month. So let's pull a couple of cards from this tarot deck. So this is the Ask the Witch Tarot. We'll be pulling cards to clarify this top row, but also to be their own standalone message as well. All right, so for pile 3 are Geminis, 7 of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you're like, this is the card of like dreams, choices. You're gonna be able to dream things up and have your pick. You get to design where you go this month, what you focus on, what you do, what you experience. You have your like pick of the litter, as the saying is. You get to choose the best. Like, it's available to you. It's just open in front of you. The Hierophant. Wow. Yeah. I mean, to me, this card is very much symbolizing like that spiritual ascension of you really being in touch with that higher spiritual side of yourself, even your higher self coming in and kind of giving you a hand up, like giving you this insight, this perspective that you've been needing in order to make your manifestations just roll in. Some of you might be musicians. Some of you might even make jewelry, or maybe you just really enjoy like accessorizing and wearing different types of jewelry. I'm again getting that like sense of dancing with her being in bare feet and this really flowy shirt here. So maybe some of you are going to a concert this month and you're just going to be like blissed out, having a great time. Maybe some of you will even pick up a musical instrument this month and learn to play, or, you know, continue to play and just like make something really beautiful that you've created and you put out into the world, whether that's, you know, musically related or not. But that message is definitely coming through of essentially putting something into the world this month that is going to inspire other people and make them feel like dancing as well, and maybe even help them to lean into this new perspective, this manifesting, like opening that imagination type of energy where you can inspire others to embody this same energy that you've been able to attain. It's really beautiful. Okay, getting the bottom of the deck for the next one. Yeah, Six of Wands. Wow. This is just such a, like, I mean, literally the word that does come to mind for this month for you is success, you know? I don't know what else to say here. It's like you get to, yeah, it's like you get to kind of ride this wave. You know, you get to just be successful. Like there's no issue here. There's nothing that gets in your way. There's nothing that holds you back. You just get to enjoy it and you get to play. Like your sense of playfulness, of bliss is what leads to the success. And the success helps you to feel even more playful and blissful. And it's just like this circle of positive feedback where you get to just continue in this energy for the month of June. Like I'm not seeing really any obstacles or any issues here. You know, if anything, there might be some patience involved, maybe at the beginning of the month or maybe towards the middle of the month, where you kind of have to like wait for a few days to see your manifestation you know, come to life. But maybe not. You know, it feels very good, free-flowing, just like easy energy. Really, really beautiful. All right, let's get one more card here. So this is the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck. Let's see, is there anything else our beautiful pile number 3 Gemini watchers need to know for this month? Looks like such a beautiful month. Let's see what else, any additional messages that are coming through this card. Ah, okay. Wow. You guys, like, wow. Okay. So you have Major Arcana. This is, in this deck, it is the Desire card, number 20. So it's really interesting because number 20, generally it signifies the Judgment card. And yet, you know, as you might notice, there's elements of the World card in this particular card. So I kind of get both energies from this card. Also, it's just, this is a very non-traditional tarot deck. And so the Desire card doesn't have a ton to do with either of those traditional tarot cards. So the only reason I'm bringing that up is, you know, one of those cards might be significant to you, but I'm not going to discuss them too much with this card. So with this Desire card, you know, we've got a lotus, we have a lion, we have this ram, this, you know, can be an Aries symbol here. We also have a falcon, which has essentially the galaxy within it. And so, interesting. Yeah. You know, with this person sitting here and essentially, you know, without one outstretched palm, all of these energies are coming up. You know, something as big as the galaxy is coming from this palm that he or she is stretching out and leaving open, and seeing what light comes in, and, you know, allowing. Like, I get very much a sense of like allowing, observing. You know, this has a very kind of dreamlike quality, which relates back to this card of the imagination and of creating. So I feel like you're going to be, you know, from your own hand this month, there's just like, I'm having a hard time putting it into words because it feels very ethereal. Yeah, it's like, and sorry, I think I said lion, but this is actually a dragon. So, you know, I am actually going to read from the book for you guys, because I feel like there's maybe a message here that I might be missing. Let's see here. Okay, so we've got the card of desire. I'm going to go ahead and hold this up to the camera and let you take a screenshot if you'd like to read the whole thing. So the keywords are desires, wants, dreams, ambition, goals, price, gestation, manifestation, consequences, selfishness. And so generally in this book, it will give the flip, like if we had pulled this card in reverse, if we were doing reversals in this reading, some of those meanings will be the reversal meaning, but we're more looking at, because we're just doing uprights in this reading, so we're more looking at these upright meanings. But key phrases are: what do you desire most? How much do you want it? Desire compels action. Make another attempt. Great expectations, great disappointment. Ground your desires in reality. What you desire will have a price. Wishful thinking. Has your desire waned or changed? Let your conscience be your guide. To desire something at the expense of another. Selfish desires mirror a lack within. Interesting. So, yeah, it's asking you to really take a deep look into what you do want, what you're willing to do. Okay, I'm understanding now. So I think that the message that's coming through with this card is that it's a slippery message. So let me focus in here. Yeah, so it very much relates to that almost like Buddhist understanding of attachment, right? Where we can get so attached to having the things that we want that they almost lose, we lose the ability to let things come and go and to let things be fluid, right? The only thing certain is change, right? Like everything changes eventually. And so we cause ourselves a lot of suffering if we grasp and we hold on to things past their time in our lives. And so I think a message coming in for you here is to stay fluid. You know, look at these dolphins here, right? Like they're swimming around these shells, they're playing, they're having a really fun time, but pretty soon it'll be time for them to go rest, to go to sleep, to go eat, you know, to go reproduce, like whatever it is that they, you know, do as dolphins. Like they just go with the flow, they do those things, they follow those yeah, they kind of follow the right time of things, right? And so the guidance here is let things come and go in their right time, right? So right now, this month of June looks like a playful, blissful time of manifestation. And your guidance is also to allow those manifestations to come and go in the right time, right? So, don't cling on with both hands to a certain feeling of bliss, because you don't then allow yourself to experience the next feeling of bliss, right? Like you have to have an open hand for things to be able to come in and go as they please. And if you hold on to something past its time, it can, sour, right? It can turn into suffering, essentially, is the message coming through. So yeah, so I think that's the message that needed to come through for that card. So all right, that was a bit of a heavy energy at the end, but just remember that open hand feeling, right? And this month looks absolutely incredible for you guys. So kudos to you. I feel like it's really good, like karma cycling through your life, and definitely getting that playful energy, and it feels just really magical. So an exciting month ahead for you, pile number 3, Gemini watchers. So thank you so much for joining me today for this reading for you. Definitely comment down below if you feel so inspired. I'd love to hear your experience, any feedback. I would hope to see you again in another reading, and if you feel like helping out my channel by subscribing, liking, any of those things, I really appreciate everybody that does. It helps to grow the channel and also let you know when I post next. So, all right, beautiful pile number 3, Gemini. Take care, and I'll see you in another reading soon, I hope. Hello, pile number 4, my beautiful Cancerians. So really interesting card energy for you this month of conflict, number 28, discord, disagreement, and common ground. I'm especially being drawn to that phrase, common ground, for you. I feel like there might almost be an energy of needing to be some sort of mediator this month. I actually really love the number 28. It's one of my personal, really resonant spiritual numbers. I've been seeing it a lot, especially recently, like 228 and 828 and that sort of thing. So yeah, let's table that for a moment and see what other messages we get. But that might be relevant for you as well, but we'll see kind of what comes through. So we're going to draw one rune for you here. Let's see. So we have, let's place this right up here. So this is the rune of Othala, which is the rune of possessions, inheritance, also of ancestral wisdom and home. So really, really interesting combination already. I'm almost feeling like there might be some of you that are having to handle some sort of will or, be like the facilitator of an estate or inheritance. There might be disagreements with other family members around this. You might, have to be a mediator or find common ground with others around this inheritance or this, creating or facilitating of a will. And if that is the case, and if you've lost somebody dear to you, I am so sorry. I don't think that this is like something that you would already know has happened. It's not going to be, I'm not getting the sense of like a sudden surprise or anything like that. So please don't worry. But yeah, the energy coming from this card is more of kind of having to listen to different sides and find the way in which both sides or multiple sides can come together and agree and find what their similarities and their similar wishes are in this situation. So kudos to you if you're doing that hard work. Really, really important. So, and yeah, I feel like you'll be getting some kind of almost like guidance and wisdom from your ancestors here. Let's see what your tarot holds for you for the month of June, or whichever month you're watching this in for your upcoming month. Got a little hiccup, so definitely getting some confirmation that some of you are here for a month other than June 2023. And just to assure you, this is a timeless reading, so this energy can be picked up wherever, whenever you come across it. It can still be relevant for you. 10 of Acorns, wow, responsibility and dedication. So this is the 10 of Pentacles. So again, I'm getting that sense of some sort of an inheritance coming to you, some sort of responsibility coming to you. So, you know, if it's not an inheritance, it might also just be, you know, the responsibility of maybe taking care of relatives, or, you know, having, maybe you're building your own wealth and you're thinking about how you would essentially make sure that your how do they say it, beneficiaries, right? People who would receive parts of your inheritance, your wealth, that they don't encounter kind of those arguments. You know, how can you best set it up so that it's peaceful and doesn't lead to any, you know, any rifts, any difficulties in the relationships amongst people that you care deeply for. So it's a very specific message. It may not, you know, it may not apply to you. It may not be relevant to you. So we're going to go further into the reading and see what other messages come through here for those of you who are watching. So we've got 6 of Feathers, which is the 6 of Swords. So that's a beautiful message of transitioning out of any sense of conflict here, getting insight into how to find a peaceful resolution to anything that might be going on, and moving into a state of harmony. You know, this card is like all in blues and greens and purples with a little bit of yellow, you know, very peaceful, very calm, soothing colors. I'm getting that that's the energy that you're able to move into. And a lot of it is through your own dedication of really essentially being dedicated to this peaceful process, you know, putting aside any desire to encourage any drama or any infighting or any squabbling or gossip or anything like that. You know, you're the one who kind of steps up here and leads by example. This, you know, beautiful, strong energy here of like being like the leader of a herd, where you go, others are inspired to follow. And that's in like an energetic sense is what I'm getting, is that you're leading with this wise energy, and that others are inspired to follow in your footsteps. Let's see what else we've got here. Wow, I mean, so 2 of Acorns is the 2, the 2 of Pentacles. And so we've got insight and insight. Like the keywords on the 6 of Feathers is one of them is insight, and on the 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Acorns, the next keyword here that we have is also insight, and then focus. So yeah, I mean, you guys are like gifted with this insight this month. And I'm getting a message that if you are needing that insight, if you feel like you're seeking it out still, all you have to do essentially is focus. Like, sit down, maybe put a pad of paper and a pencil in front of you and focus on, getting to the core, the root of the conflict, whatever that conflict may be, whether it's, within a decision in your life, whether it's within, a group of people or a relationship with another person specifically, or if there's conflict around you in family or friends or even society at large, and it's something that you're wanting to tackle. I'm getting that you have this gift of having the insight on how to transition this difficult situation into a peaceful outcome. And all you have to do is focus on it. Let your brain brainstorm, come up with all kinds of crazy possibilities, crazy ways that you could solve this. Nothing is too out of the box when you're brainstorming. You just write it all down on a piece of paper. And then, I feel like you'll kind of get it all out. You're going to sit back and look at it. And suddenly you're going to just get this insight into how to proceed, what the next best steps are. And it's going to feel like it kind of falls into place. And it's going to feel okay. So sorry for the pause there, but I was getting a few different messages. It's going to actually feel like you're going to be you might be a bit worried or anxious or feel a little tied in knots when you sit down to try to puzzle this problem out. But I feel like once you get this insight, you're going to know it's the right way to go, because you're going to feel all of that just instantly wash away. And you're going to feel essentially this stillness. Like everything around you just kind of comes to a halt for a moment, and it's just perfectly quiet and still, and you can just relax, take a breath. It's like it opens up this space and time and allows you to breathe. And that's going to be the sensation that comes through when you hit upon that correct insight. Okay, so if you're needing extra affirmation, that's it. Basically, look for that, look for that feeling, wait for that feeling, and that's the right way to go. So we're going to get some more cards for you here. So we'll pull from this next tarot deck here, which is Ask the Witch. And this deck will give us some clarifying cards for these 3 top cards, but also some messages in its own right. 6 of Wands. So this is the card of success. I feel like you are given this responsibility because not only did your guides know that you could handle it and be successful, but deep down you knew. You made yourself available. You took this responsibility on because you knew that you could figure this out, that you could be the one to kind of guide the way, be that leader who steps up and takes on something difficult, something that could lead to or is, already creating a lot of conflict. And you knew that you could lead others and lead this problem to a successful conclusion. 5 of Pentacles, really interesting. Let's see what else we have here. Wow, the 10 of Cups. Beautiful. So getting a message here that this is showing us this transition period. And this might all be contained within this next month, this month of June, or it may have begun, much earlier to it. But whatever the situation is for you, and it's going to be different for everybody here, the message that's coming through is that there's going to be a transitionary period before you get to this 10 of Cups feeling. But I feel like you are getting to this 10 of Cups feeling within this next month. So whether this 5 of Pentacles feeling of being kind of left out in the cold, of being bereft, of searching or seeking for something that feels like it's eluding you, whether that's, you know, a sense of peace, happiness, resolution, success, you know, whatever it is, right? Maybe even for some of you, this inheritance that you're receiving is going to alleviate financial stress and help you be set up for a really happy future where you can, you know, accomplish your dreams. So getting a strong message that during this month, you're going to be transitioning like really fully and finally away from any sense of this or any like feeling of this 5 of Pentacles energy, or even a fear that this 5 of Pentacles energy could come back into your life if you've already kind of moved away from that. And you're going to be feeling very like your future is bright, your future is full of cups, your future has rainbows in it, and like you don't have to look back in fear anymore. Okay, so let's get one more card to finish out your reading. So this is the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck, and let's see what additional messages for this upcoming month are coming through for you, pile 4. So can we get, whoa, that's too many cards, but I am going to just take the top card. Oh, wow. Okay. So we have the 2 of Cups card here, and it like leapt out of the deck. So, wow, guys, I'm going to say, I think there may be, I mean, you've got the 2 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. I feel like out of this conflict, the way that you handle it, you're going to be attracting some really significant energy into your life. So for some of you, that could be, you know, that could very much be an intimate relationship, someone that just thinks the world of you, that you are intensely attracted to. I'm getting very much like soulmate, like you guys are like meant to be together types of vibes. I mean, 10 of Cups and 2 of Cups, like that's like soulmates, future spouse, you know, whatever you believe in, right? Destined partnership energy. Something that is going to make you incredibly happy and perhaps you've been searching for a long time and worried that you wouldn't find. Wow. So, and it might come like literally like leaping out of the blue with that energy of the card that came through. And dragonflies can often be a symbol of partnership, a divine partnership as well. So definitely getting some reinforcement there. And if this doesn't have to do with love, which I do feel like for a lot of you it does, but if it doesn't have to do with love, it could very, very much be that you are going to be establishing, you know, like a healing of familial relationships this month, maybe a healing of a partnership. Yeah, and I'm maybe even a healing of like relationship with somebody who has children. So it could even be a friend as well. Getting a very specific message for a few of you that you may have lost touch with a friend when they found somebody else all of a sudden, like they met their, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend's, you know, partner, future spouse, like, and they just kind of like vanished off your friend radar and weren't really available. And I'm getting that you guys might be reuniting in your friendship this month. They're able to kind of find that balance between being in a new relationship and having that, like, you know, I have to spend all my time with them, and they, you know, are able to find that balance where they can kind of mend that friendship bridge and come back into your life, and that you've been really missing them. So it's going to be something that makes you really happy. And then for others of you, I am getting, if none of this is resonating, it very much could be that you are finding something that ignites your passion in like a career, even like a, I'm getting like a, okay, the word Etsy keeps popping into my mind. So it might be something that you like do on Etsy, or you open like an Etsy store or something like that, or, you know, there might be something there. So like something relating to that energy of, you know, doing something that you love and being really successful with it and seeing a future in it. Something that helps to sustain you and enable you to keep doing what you're passionate about. So really beautiful energy. Wow. So yeah, what exciting energy for your month of June. So my beautiful Cancerians and pile 4 watchers, thank you so much for coming to this reading today. I hope that this gave you some great insight into your next month, and I'm really excited for you, especially with this really positive energy popping through at the last minute. So I don't know, it could be on like the 28th or something that you meet this person or this change happens. So would love to hear from you. Yeah, so many beautiful messages that came through your reading today. So thank you so much for sharing your energy with me today, coming and watching this reading on my channel. I hope to see you again in the future. Definitely feel free to like, share, subscribe. All of those really help my channel to grow. And thank you so much to those of you who already have done so. And can't wait to read for you again in the future. All right, take care, Pile 4. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 5, my beautiful Leo watchers. So thank you so much for coming to this reading today for your June 2023. And again, like I've said in the initial part of the reading, this can be for any month. It doesn't have to be for June 2023. So just take the energy as it feels right to you and whatever time you come to this reading. So we're going to pull one rune. Beautiful. Let's put this rune right up here. So this is the rune of Kenaz, or Kenaz, or Kenaz, however you want to say it. I've heard it pronounced so many different ways, but it is the rune of openings, of fire, of warmth and energy and power and positive attitude. So very synchronous with our winning card here, which the keywords are succeeding, victory, and outcomes. 2 + 9 add up to the master number 11. So all kinds of really positive, like affirmation, affirmative type of energy coming through already in your reading. Let's go ahead and get some tarot cards for you. And we're going to kind of see what this energy is pertaining to for your upcoming month. 8 of Shells, quest and renewal. So this is the 8 of Pentacles. So yeah, it's interesting because the energy in this card does make me feel like she's so focused, right? Like she's on this mission, and she has this winning energy, this winning attitude about her. But one of the other messages that comes through with this card from the guidebook, what the author intended, is not only like, yes, you will prevail, but also, you know, don't forget to stop and smell the roses, right? Like, don't be so focused on winning and on the outcome that you want that you forget to enjoy the journey, okay? And sometimes we can see that in the Eight of Pentacles too, like working really, really hard, having a lot of productivity and seeing a lot of wanted results, but you know, sometimes at the expense of enjoying the process, okay? So there might be some messages there for you on some endeavor that you're on, some quest that you're on. And maybe you're going to get more of a chance to stop and smell the roses this month. Maybe you've been working really hard because you've had to, and you're finally going to get some time to like not only keep making progress, but also enjoy that progress as you go. Three of Acorns. So this is the Three of, sorry, this was actually the Eight of Cups. I apologize, because I'm like, this is the Pentacles, so I'm still kind of learning this deck. So this is actually the Eight of Cups, which makes more sense with renewal and quest. Okay, yeah, so Three of Acorns, Three of Pentacles, foresight and exploration. And I feel like we do have that Eight of Pentacles energy, since I was getting that energy and that message from this card. So let's see what else we have come out here. The Five of Feathers, strategy and resilience. So this is the Five of Swords. I'm going to get the rest of your tarot cards here. Yeah, I feel like you're on some sort of quest this month, and maybe you have been for a bit leading up to this month. And I feel like your guides are just reminding you to like, yeah, so, okay. There's a lot of messages coming through right now. I feel like, strategy, resilience, foresight, exploration, quest and renewal, and outcomes. It has this feeling of like, it's almost like you're going on this journey where you have to be strategic, you have to have all of this planning in place, you feel called to it, you feel almost compelled to keep going and keep going and keep making progress and, you know, keep strategizing. It's almost as if you, even when you sleep, your brain is still going and still, you know, puzzling over the logistics and figuring out the best direction, the next best step, and like, what else can you do? How can you make this more efficient? How can you make it more effective? You know, who can you rely on? Who has your back? Like, you're just like constantly like thinking and thinking and thinking. And on the flip side, your guides are really encouraging you to embrace this time in your life as this big like exploratory like adventure time. Like, instead of approaching it as like, I have to win, I have to get like the best outcome possible, and if I don't, it just means I'm a giant failure. Like, your guides are saying, you know, relax, like, you're doing great. You are like, you're like through the roof on like what you're capable of doing. This power, this energy, this fire that you have within you is so bright and beautiful to behold, and other people see and acknowledge that in you. And it's time for you to see and acknowledge that within yourself. Like, you still have this fire and this incredible like resilience, this incredible adventurous spirit within you. You can like enjoy it more, you know, approach this with the attitude of being on an adventure, learning more about yourself, learning more about the world, learning more about others, not just focused on being victorious and winning. Like, that shouldn't be your sole focus. Like, yes, it is, you know, at times it's important, and at times you need to, you know, put energy into making sure that everything like works well, and things go exactly the way you would like them to. But other times, like, you can enjoy the process. Like, sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Like, give yourself the chance to stop and smell the roses that you've planted and watered and grown and, you know, watched bloom, you know, because of your efforts, right? Like, you get to enjoy those roses too, not just your neighbors, right? So, all right, let's see what else we've got here. The High Priestess. Yeah. So you feel like intuitively called to this quest. And I think that there's some element of you that knows that maybe you're going a little too hard and a little too fast, but you feel such a compulsion to, like, you know that this is going to turn out so well that you almost like can't stop yourself from just running full speed. But I think you also know that there is a need to relax and trust. Yes, trust feels like that may be a bit of a missing element here. It may be hard for you to trust that if you do kind of like give yourself some time to enjoy the things that you've accomplished, you worry that it will all just slip out of your hands. And so I think there's a message here that cultivating that trust, that, you know, the treadmill will always be there, right? Like, you can always keep going on this path. But in order to avoid burnout, and in order to keep that, it's almost like you know, you can't like give from an empty well, right? Like, you have to refill the well. You can't create from a place of barrenness, right? Like, you have to take in things, you have to have experiences that feed, that nourish that creative spark within you. Otherwise, you know, you don't have much to give from, right? So it's reminding you here to feed that fire with things that feel nourishing, that feel inspiring to you. You know, go take in art, like, let yourself go to a concert, let yourself hang out with friends, let yourself read a good book, or, you know, sip tea, like, while it's raining, and just listen to the rain. Like, whatever it might be that nourishes that piece of you, do it. Allow yourself to. It's incredibly important for so many different reasons. Okay? So yeah, definitely some strong advice coming through. Feeling this top card here, 7 of Cups. Yeah, you have so many ambitions. I can see it very strongly. And you see, like, it's like you see 7 steps ahead. And maybe this month you're going to, maybe instead of, okay, yes, wait, let me see what your next card is, because I am feeling a strong message coming through. Yeah, Temperance. Okay. That very much affirms that. So I feel like a lesson that you're learning this month, and that you're being really strongly guided to, is that you see all of these things that you can accomplish, and your first impulse is to try to do all of them now. Like, just don't sleep, don't rest, don't take time to rejuvenate. You just like are like, okay, I'm gonna like work out 7 days a week, and I'm gonna eat super healthy, and I'm gonna work like 60 hours at my job, and I'm gonna, have the best friendships and have the best like partnership in the world, and I'm gonna be rich and famous and like all of these things, right? And you're just like full speed ahead, and your guides are like, whoa, like, balance, chill, like, one foot on land, like walking towards your goals, and one foot in the cool, restful, peaceful water that flows. Like, let's let's remember that life is not a race. Life is not an all-out like race to the finish line. Life is about the journey, you know? Life is about like smelling the flowers, you know, picking a few, putting them in a vase, looking at them, enjoying them while they still last, right? Because eventually things fade and things change. And, you know, I'm almost getting this message of like, you don't want to reach the point where suddenly you've lost some of the years of your, you know, life that you can't get back, right? Like you want to enjoy your time now in, you know, as the person you are now. And then next year, enjoy the time as the person you are then, and the year after that, and the year after that. Like there's no race to get to that. Like everybody has the same amount of time, right? And it's what we make of it. And one of the key elements of that is being present, being in the moment, and appreciating and being grateful for what we have right now, not what we're anticipating in the future, not what we used to have in the past, but right now, right in this moment, taking it in, allowing yourself to just be and exist in this space and time with what you have and all of the blessings that are around you. Because there are, you know, no matter what you're going through, no matter what problems you see in your life that you feel like you have to, you know, run really fast to escape, like you still have blessings and things to be grateful for around you. And the way to cultivate more of those is to see them, appreciate them, and truly feel that sense of gratitude for those blessings being in your life right now, right? So don't lose sight of that. Let's get one more card to round out your reading here. Oh, wow. So you have the Wisdom card. This actually came out in the Aries reading as well, another fire sign. So you might be drawn to that reading too. So this Wisdom card, yeah, so very much reiterating that message. There's a three-legged symbol in this card on this stone that it almost looks like this guiding spirit is looking at. And this three-legged symbol comes to us when we kind of need a reminder of that balance, of that like equal valuing of different areas of life, that we sometimes can lose our way in one of these areas or more. Right? So we've got, you know, you've got your physical, like what feels like your physical reality, this 3D part of your experience here on Earth. You've got, you know, your spiritual experience, right? So that can be like if you do have a spiritual practice, it can be, you know, cultivating that connection to your higher guidance, your higher self, having a ritual of meditation or of walking out in nature and connecting with the natural worlds and the guidance that we can find there. You know, there's so many different ways to pursue that essentially spiritual leg of this three-legged symbol. And then the third one is connections. It's like the emotional side of things, right? So we are all connected. And sometimes it's easy to lose grasp of that. And I feel like there might be some aspect of this message for this month in particular for you, Leo, and pile number 5. perhaps there have been some connections that in this, race to win and to accomplish things have kind of fallen by the wayside, right? Like it's really interesting in all of these cards, there's just one single person, right? So yeah, I'm getting a message here to, don't forget about the other people in your life that, you don't want to get to the top and look around you and be all alone, right? Like it's, what's really meaningful in life is not getting the things, right? Like accomplishing getting the material wealth and like accomplishing, our goals and like getting prestige and that sort of thing. It's having relationships and people to share with, having that love and that connection and that support and that resonance between yourself and other souls. And so, don't lose sight of that, Yeah, so I feel like there's a lot more messages that could come from this card, but we're going to leave it at that for your reading for this month, my beautiful POW 5 Leo watchers here today. So thank you so much for coming and sharing your energy, sharing in this reading with me today. I really enjoyed doing this reading for you. I hope that these messages were meaningful and helpful. I would love to hear any feedback, any comments that you'd like to share below. Please feel free to do so. I love reading your comments. And for those of you that have already subscribed, thank you so much. That really helps my channel to grow. If you haven't subscribed and you would like to, you're more than welcome. I would love to have you with us here on this journey. And if you'd like to like or share, that also helps my channel. So thank you so much for all of you that have done that already. I really appreciate your energy and giving of that energy with me. So, all right, well, I will see you in another reading, beautiful POW 5 Leo, and I can't wait to read for you again. All right, bye-bye. Hello, Virgos, my beautiful pile number 6. So we are doing your June 2023 reading today. And of course, if you are coming in a different time, just take it for the upcoming month or however you wish to take this energy. I do believe that we find readings when we are meant to, and so I would just take this energy how it calls to you. All right, so we're going to start out by drawing a rune. Beautiful. So I'm going to place this rune right up here. So this is the rune of Jera or Yera, and this rune is actually the rune of harvest, reaping of rewards for past efforts and justice. So really interesting combination with your card of letting go, which the keywords are release, farewell, and impermanence. I'm also drawn to the number 21, which is the world card number, which often symbolizes the completion of one chapter and readying for, it's like when one door closes, another door opens type of energy. So with the energy of harvest and of kind of that sense of you're getting rewards for efforts that you've put in before. I feel like you might be seeing one thing slip away, but you're also being brought to a new beginning, a new chapter. So let's find out more what this means for you in this month of June. So we're going to start by drawing 3 tarot cards from this deck. Can we please get some messages for our pile 6? Our beautiful Virgo watchers for their upcoming month. I feel like this card, Wow. The King of Acorns. So this is the King of Pentacles. The Five of Feathers. So that's the Five of Swords. Keywords here are strategy and resilience. Wow. And the Ace of Crystals. So this is manifestation and prosperity. And I apologize, this is actually the King of Wands. I've been doing a lot of readings today and I was just like, wait a second, no, that's wrong. So King of Wands, optimism and innovation. And then Five of Feathers and Ace of Crystals. So this is the Ace of Pentacles, manifestation and prosperity. Yeah, I mean, so if you have had a sense of having to, close the door on something or see a door close, I feel like your month of June is going to be a month where you actually get the opportunity to start something really brilliant. Like it feels like a shining, glowing, like sparkling energy coming through these cards where it's almost like out of a still lake, there comes this like ripple and suddenly emerges this like fantastic glowing energy that just fills like your heart with excitement and new opportunities and new passion. And the reason that you're being brought to this new energy is through this recognition that some things are impermanent, some things change, and that's okay. Like it often opens the door, clears the way for something even better, or just different, right? Like you're ready for this new chapter of your life to begin. Yeah, okay, let's see what else we've got. So this tarot is the Ask the Witch Tarot. We're going to use it as some clarification for your messages. Some clarification, and also, oh, sorry, I just need to check on something real quick. One moment. Okay, we're good. I just wanted to make sure. It just started raining really hard, and I just wanted to make sure that everything was good. Windows were all closed and all of that. All right, so this deck will give you some clarification, give us some clarification on this top row of cards, but also some messages in its own right. So let's see what we've got coming through here. The Three of Swords. Yeah, it might have been really hard to let go. Knight of Wands. Wow, okay. It might have been hard to let go of whatever it is that you... Oh my gosh. You guys, I mean, Ace of Pentacles came out underneath the Ace of Pentacles. Like, wow. Okay, so your guides are so strongly here with you right now. Like, they want you to kind of hang tight through this message. It might have been really hard for you, like leading up to this month of June. And, maybe even in the beginning of the month, you might still be in this energy of loss, having a hard time with whatever it is that you are having to let go of, or that is changing. It may not be that like something's fully passing out of your life, but maybe the way that it is in your life is changing, is becoming something different, and change is hard, no matter how many times we have to go through change. Like it's hard, it's hard to have things change. Like we very much, naturally as humans kind of want to hold on to things as they are, and especially if they, if we're happy with how they are, right? But that's like the only constant in life is change, right? As the saying goes. So being given so much like loving encouragement here that really, really good things are literally coming into your life. Like, look at this hand coming out of the cloud, you know, giving this huge pentacle. Like, things are going to be just brought into your life that you didn't even know were possible. And it's going to open new doors. Like, either one giant, huge, like shining, amazing, magnificent door, or maybe even a couple of doors, like maybe in different parts of your life. Like maybe you're going through change in, you know, career and family, or, you know, in your love life, or maybe with friends, you know, whatever it might be, something new is going to be coming in. And yeah, it's going to lead to, it's going to feel like a direct manifestation of something that you've really desired for a long time. You know, it's going to open up this sense of optimism and innovation, where you feel like, yeah, like things are looking up. Like, this is okay. Like, we, you know, we can adapt to change. Like, things can come, things can go. A lot of times, better things come unexpectedly, right? And if we had just never transitioned from what used to be in our life, we never would have encountered that new opportunity that actually opens up these doors in ways that you never even thought were possible, right? And I see it coming as a quick moving energy for sure. Yeah. And a lot of it has to do with your mindset, right? So opening yourself up to this new opportunity coming in is going to help it come in faster, okay? This is a very strong message that's coming through with that particular combination of cards there. So, and that's very much in a energy of love and of encouragement, you know? So it's hard. Like, it's hard to embrace change. It's hard to move on from things. It's hard to go through any sort of a grieving process, and you know, there's no need to rush your healing, right? But I feel like as soon as things kind of clear up mentally for you, and you know, you reach that state of a bit more peace, then things will move very, very fast, and these things will come into your life at like breakneck speed, essentially, is what I'm getting. Like they're just gonna like run in. Wow. Okay. You guys, this is amazing. So this is the Union card. Yeah. So we've got a Celtic knot symbol here, which instantly makes me think of marriage. So there very much might be, and I mean, obviously union. You guys might be, I'm almost getting the message that for some of you, there's been some sort of a change that you've had to go through in a significant relationship. I'm not seeing like I think you guys already you're coming into this reading already having experienced this, and already having gone through this change that may have been a bit heartbreaking in some ways, or you may have had to I'm not getting that you've had to like release a person, although that may be the case for some of you, but maybe you've had to release like certain expectations or a certain timeline, or you know, maybe there was some codependency that you've had to heal from, something like that. And what I'm seeing is that something that you might not actually see coming is that once you've kind of struggled through this and reached a place of more like equilibrium, pretty quickly something might be coming in. I'm actually getting that for some of you this month, maybe a month where you get a proposal or you propose, right? Like whichever side of the relationship you see yourself on, it might be the time. It might be coming in. And if that's not relevant to your situation, you know, this could be a job offer. This could be meeting somebody who is destined to become your future spouse or a deep connection in your life. It might even be that you, for some of you, you know, I am getting a really strong feeling around love for sure. But for some of you, this may be I'm seeing in this like union card here a lot of elements of the Temperance card, with this blue dragon energy and this red dragon energy, like a water and a fire dragon. So, you know, Temperance, while it can often talk about union with another, it often also very much can talk about union with oneself, right? And so I feel like for a lot of you, there's a lot of growth going on. I mean, we've got, you know, the Knight of Wands to the King of Wands, and we've got the Three of Swords to the Five of Swords, like a lot of like progress and like kind of evolving energy. And so, you know, in almost like a new sense of groundedness, of being, of seeing your own worth and seeing the gift that is you, right? And so I feel like you might be bringing together some maybe opposing sides or opposing opinions of yourself that you've had contained within you that have kind of like fought and been difficult energies to bring together. And I feel like this month you may be making some really big strides in healing this quarrel, this difficult energy within you. I mean, all of your chakras here are glowing, right? There's an alignment of your chakras, your energy bodies. And so definitely a feeling of healing. And I'm getting that for some of you, like wolves and eagles, golden eagles might be symbols significant to you. Very strong energy here. And so, you know, really getting that kind of like restoration of your personal power, right? Your ability to like be okay within yourself no matter what's going on in your external world, right? And so you're almost like letting go of that need for things outside of you to go perfectly in order to feel okay, right? So you're able to just like have this grounded sense of self-worth no matter what's going on. And I feel like that's something that's, really like coming through this month as like a self-transformation, maybe a healing of past wounds from childhood or past relationships, really coming into alignment within yourself. So absolutely incredible, beautiful energy. Wow, that was a bit of an unexpected journey to go down, but yeah, Virgo, gorgeous. So I mean, this rune of like good karma, reaping of rewards for past efforts and justice very much ties into that message there at the end. So beautiful. Well, I'm so pleased to have gotten to do a June 2023 predictions reading for you today. Beautiful pile number 6 Virgos. And so yeah, definitely comment, like, subscribe. All of those things help support my channel and these free readings here, and I can't wait to see you again in a future reading. All right, take care. Hello, pile 7, beautiful Libra. So we are going to start out your reading today by pulling a rune. So let's see what rune comes out for you. So we have, let's place this rune right up here so that we can still see it on the screen. Beautiful. So this is the rune of Fehu. I believe is how you say it. That's one that I always forget how to pronounce, but I think it's Fehu. So this is the rune that symbolizes prosperity, gain of some sort, and fulfillment. So wow, like that really aligns with rewards. Keywords here being abundance, bounty, and sharing. Yeah, this rune originally meant cattle and still, you know, symbolizes that. So that might be meaningful to somebody watching here, because I felt compelled to say that as well. But yeah, so wow, okay. Coming into your reading, I just looked at this card of yours, and I was just like, wow, it feels so like lush and like full of like it's almost like you have a feast before you in June, where you get to eat your fill, and there's still more to share, and you've like friends coming to your table to eat their fill as well, and there's just so much to go around. Yeah, wow, like pile 7, what is this energy? Like this is quite the exciting, like full, like bountiful energy. So I'm really curious to see what comes up in the rest of your reading. So we've got 5 of shells, which is the 5 of water, and the keywords here are hope and readjustment. Interesting. 6 of feathers, transition and insight. So this is the 6 of swords. Okay, I'm actually getting these two together. So Queen of crystals, wow, and 5, which is the shaman card in this deck. So the keywords here, so the Queen of crystals is the Queen of pentacles. So we've got comfort and prosperity. And then the shaman is divine wisdom and spiritual power. What a powerful combination. I'm kind of starting to see why we have such a strong sense of bounty. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who, you know, she makes her home like, yeah, she opens her home to others, and she always is a provider of love, of warmth, of nurturing, of a sense of like motherly love and comfort, you know, worldly comforts, and you know, I'm like getting this image of like this home full of like comfortable couches and pillows, and you know, yummy snacks, and like good conversation and music and laughter, and like it's nice and cozy, and you know, people come and go, and it has a very like community sort of feeling to it. So yeah, really interesting energy. I'm so curious to dive into this a little bit more, but I feel like we need some more cards to really clarify what your message is for you this month of June, because yeah, this energy just feels like yummy. So like it's making me want to, like, I don't know, go get a blueberry pie or something and like eat it. So I don't know what's going on there. The Magician, interesting. Okay. All right, let's see what else we've got. The 6 of Wands, right underneath the 6 of feathers, the 6 of swords. So 2 6s. 6s might be significant to you. 5s also could definitely be significant to you this month. The Ace of Cups. Wow. I'm going to get one more for you. The 3 of Cups. Celebration. Wow. I mean, what a beautiful reading. Like, yeah. I'm just getting such a sense of, like, your cup is overflowing. Like, literally, like, you have so much coming in that you can't help but share. And it you know, when you have something and you share it, it makes it even more like enjoyable and bountiful and delicious, right? Like the ability to share joy with others and to share gifts and prosperity that have come into your life with others is, you know, it makes like the gratitude that you feel around having that abundance even like magnified by, you know, like a millionfold is what I'm getting. So, and then we have the Queen of Water. Wow, so the Queen of Cups. Yeah, so you're definitely this month of June, I feel like you're getting the resources and the ability, and almost like it's like your guides are giving you like the go ahead, the nod to embody this energy of this like, yeah, it's like you're able to be like a nurturer. You're able to provide for others. Like you're not going to be, I keep getting like hiccups, so it's very much like affirming this message, but you're not going to be wanting, right? Like you're going to have overflowing, you're going to be able to, you know, overflowing energy, overflowing resources, overflowing love, right? Like you've succeeded in something. You've transitioned out of a period that felt like you didn't have quite enough. Like you know, maybe in the past you felt like your manifestations weren't quite coming to light, and you had to like readjust your goals, and like you did it. Like in the month of June, I feel like you're not only seeing your manifestations coming through, you're seeing them multiply. Like, I mean, this, you know, you've got the rewards card, you've got the rune of prosperity, of gain, of fulfillment. Like all of the signs here are pointing to you being able to be in this position where you're like a oh my gosh, I can't say the word, philanthropist, where you have so much that you can just give to others too. And yeah, I mean, I'm interested, I'm curious about where this shaman card comes in with his divine wisdom and spiritual power. I feel like, so the initial message I got from this card was that your guides were coming in to tell you this message, and they wanted to let you know that this, you know, this message is like from them, like from your future self, your higher self, your, you know, your angels, your spirit guides, you know, whoever it is that you resonate with that is around you for guiding this reading coming through to you. Like trust in the fact that it's coming from a higher place, a place of higher wisdom. But I feel like there's more to this card, and I think I'm actually going to grab a clarifying deck. I haven't done this for any other reading. You actually got any other sign. You actually got more cards than any other sign as well, but I'm going to actually grab a clarifying deck and just pull a few cards for you for this, so hang tight. All right, so we're going to use this beautiful Journey of the Sacred Bee deck to clarify that shaman card. Trying to shuffle without disturbing the cards that are already on here, but also want you guys to be able to see the shuffling, because I feel like it helps when your energy is involved. So yeah, can we get some clarity for this card of the shaman? What does this have to do with pile 7, our beautiful Libra's reading today? Wow, okay, yeah, 6 of Discs, altruism. I mean, literally that message of like, you're going to be able to be a philanthropist. Like, and I feel like this is coming through. I mean, 6 is, you know, the number, or the month of June is the 6th month. So I feel like it's in this month. I mean, we've got 3 6s now. So very much reinforcing that message. Yeah, really interesting. Let's get one more card, please, for clarifying this one. Wow, you guys, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, this is the 10 of Cups. I can never say this word. satiety. Yeah, I think it's satiety, but it's like being satiated, right? Which is being like satisfied, being fulfilled. I mean, literally your rune, fulfillment. It's just reiterating these messages over and over again. So yeah, I feel like this is truly like trying to say, like, this is your divine guidance coming through. Like, this is your message for this month. It might seem hard to believe, but there's like, yeah, it's so, so clear and so like such a very precise message of having enough to give, your cup overflowing, like being able to be in this position of, you know, being a nurturer, being somebody who can open their home and provide a safe space and provide resources and food and love and energy and, you know, whatever it is that you feel called to provide and give to others in a nurturing, comforting, motherly sort of way, you know, non-gender specific, like however it resonates for you in this reading. But wow, Libra, like, this is beautiful. I'm shooketh. Like, I just can't believe like the energy that's coming through and the clarity of the messages and just the beauty of this message coming through. So yeah, I think we might leave it there. Really, really beautiful reading. So yeah, I'm like, I don't even want to leave this energy, but wow. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Libras. Pile number 7, thank you so much for coming and being here in this reading with me today. I can't wait to do another reading for you in the future. Thank you for those of you who have subscribed and liked and commented. All of those things really help to support my channel to grow and to reach other viewers, and for me to keep posting these readings as well. So thank you so much for your support and your good energy, and I hope that you have a wonderful month ahead of you. It clearly looks like it's going to be amazing, so I would love to hear any feedback, and yeah, best wishes. Take care. Hello, beautiful Scorpio, pile number 8. I'm loving the synchronicities that we already have in your reading with this card number 44, which 4 plus 4, of course, adds up to 8. And being the 8th sign of the Zodiac and having chosen pile number 8 to view, yeah, already getting like 4, 4, 8, 8 might be significant numbers for you this month. So we are going to pull a rune for you as guidance. This one is sticking to my hand, so yeah. That is the rune of Othala. So that rune relates to possessions, inheritance, ancestral wisdom, and the home. So really interesting with this card of rhythms. I am getting with like, yeah, because the keywords here, groundedness, nature, and earth. So it has a very like being grounded in kind of the like that ancestral wisdom that we as humans have always received from the earth and from nature. You know, developing a relationship with the land and learning from the natural rhythms that we observe in the world around us, you know, gives us a lot of wisdom that we can then use within our own lives as lessons and as insight into how to best, you know, go with our own natural rhythms and align them in ways that are, you know, amplify positive energy and protect us against, you know, difficult times and all of that. So definitely a strong message there coming through. Let's go ahead and see how that relates to your tarot cards for this month. So we're looking at your month of June, and of course if you come to this reading in a different month, then take it for whatever month is you know, coming up for you that you feel drawn to have this reading apply to is the correct timing for you. So Queen of Acorns, passion and creativity. So interesting. Yeah, so this is the Queen of Wands with this deer figure here. Passion and creativity. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, I'm not going to say too much until you get your other cards out. 20, awakening. Wow. Renewal and enlightenment. So this is the judgment card in a traditional tarot deck. Yeah, that message of like waking up to like almost like understanding your own nature, your own natural rhythms, and like being able to really use those to your benefit, your advantage. That message is coming through strongly. I'm feeling both of these too. Six of Crystals, wow, and the High Priestess. Okay, yeah. So Six of Crystals, crystals are the pentacles in this deck. And so the message from this card is synergy and gratitude. And the High Priestess is intuition and sacred knowledge. Yeah, wow. Like ancestral wisdom, sacred knowledge, intuition, synergy. I mean, very much getting reinforcement of that message of being able to tap into the knowledge that resides within like the world around you, being able to like tap into those rhythms this month, and it has that feeling of like spring and blossoming and like being inspired by like bird song and seeing, you know, beautiful like butterflies and you know, catching the glimpse of like wildlife and just seeing signs and synchronicities and messages everywhere, like getting this intuition, these insights, this sense of like enlightenment from your surroundings, where you feel like you're being like given little encouragements, little nods from the natural world, from your environments. Wherever you turn, you're just like, wow, there's a feather. Wow, there's like, you know, I was just thinking of like, should I go do this thing? And then, you know, I see like a butterfly, and to me, butterflies always mean like, yeah, go for it. Like, you know, this is like your nod, like to take that action, or you get like a, no, wait on that, and then, you know, the next day go ahead and you find out that like that was the perfect thing to do, because if you had done it the day before, it wouldn't have worked out. You wouldn't have, you know, come at the right time to this event, or you wouldn't have met this person that, you know, didn't go to, like, I'm almost getting the image of like a work conference, and you can only go one day, and you were going to go on a Tuesday, and then, you know, you're like sitting down for coffee in the morning, and you like see a sudden message in the newspaper, like you pick out the words like, don't do it, go tomorrow. Like, and you're like, okay, I'll go tomorrow. And the fact that you wait and go the next day, you happen to meet someone who also only went to that conference that one day, and you guys hit it off and start talking, and they become a really significant contact in your professional life that leads to really great opportunities in the future. Like, that's the type of like synchronicity and like messages, and like tapping into kind of like the rhythms of, you know, listening to your intuition, right? Like, yeah, like tapping into, you know, we all have messages that come to us from not just our brain, right? Like we have ancient knowledge centers and ways of knowing that live in our gut, in our heart, you know, there's different like bundles of ganglia, like nerve, essentially small brains, basically, like in different parts of our body. That's why we say like, you know, I have a gut feeling about this, or like I know it in my heart, you know, like this is what my heart wants. You know, those sayings are there for a reason. Like that's ancient wisdom, that's ancient knowledge that we've had as humans for as long as we've been humans, and we've lost touch in this modern day and age. You know, we've kind of over analyzed and over, you know, gone too far into like the logical, like, oh, that can't be, you know, proven with science and so it can't be real. Well, we need to now find, you know, our way back to some of that ancient wisdom that we've lost touch with, because that it is wise, it is wisdom, and it's, you know, it's something that evolved within us for a reason, for a very good reason. And so I feel like you're able to this month, you know, really tap into those other ways of knowing within yourself, like those gut feelings, or, you know, following what your heart wants. And your guides are telling you that it's going to lead to a renewed sense of like one foot in front of the other down the path that just, it's like it keeps appearing before you. And so you're kind of just like almost in disbelief, like walking down this path, and you know, you don't know where your next footstep will fall, but it just keeps working out and it just keeps going, and you're seeing these beautiful results and beautiful things happening and beautiful synchronicities that you couldn't have orchestrated if you tried. It's just, it's because you're allowing yourself to be in that rhythm, right? So I'm definitely getting a strong message to go outside in nature and, you know, get some groundedness if that feels like it's necessary. Like definitely is a strong message coming through, and that's going to help you tap into this knowledge and this feeling as well. All right, so let's get some more cards for you. Beautiful pile number 8, Scorpio. This is the Ask the Witch Tarot, and we'll get some clarifiers and also some additional messages here. So we've got the 2 of Wands, yeah, 6 of Cups, okay, beautiful. And let's just get one card for here. Ah, the Hanged Man. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling a second card. The Sun. Wow, okay. Beautiful. I am going to pull your last card here before we get into these cards and their interpretation. The King of Water. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, so, you know, for some of you here, I'm getting that you might be having a reunion this month, because we've got 2 cards here that both can point to something being renewed, something from your past coming back around. And so it may be something that you felt was in your past and you didn't necessarily know was coming back into your present or your future. May have been something that happened a long time ago that, you know, maybe you lost touch with a friend or a family member, or even a past love interest. And I see that you might be getting some sort of message that's really going to make you quite joyful. They might be coming back into your life in some capacity. May start off slow, may kind of turn your world on its head for a moment there, but it's going to feel really synergistic. And yeah, very much guidance to like just stay within that, you know, listen to your heart, listen to your gut, look for signs and symbols and synchronicities in the world around you, and you know, you'll be guided in this. This could be somebody who has water in their chart is a message that's coming through. But I'm getting that they've done a lot of emotional, like, growth and healing and maturing. And so the message is kind of coming through to, like, give them a chance, essentially, of, like, you know, there might be a new side to them that you didn't even realize was possible for them to grow, to have. So yeah, okay. I'm actually getting that really completes your message. So kind of a short reading for you this month, but very much, yeah, it feels like you are going to be getting a lot of your guidance as you go along this month. And so, you know, pay attention. Just be open to messages coming through in different ways. They might be through the natural worlds. You might see feathers. It might also be important to, I'm getting to, like, open yourself up to new ways of perceiving things around you, okay? Whatever that might mean to you. So really beautiful message, Scorpio. I'm so excited for you for the month of June. This just feels like peaceful and good, and like things are just gonna, like, happen one after the other, and it's gonna feel like, whoa, like this, things are just going, things are happening in, like, a beautiful, beautiful way. Lots of sunny, good energy for you. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for watching this reading with me here today. Definitely like, subscribe, comment, share. All of those help my channel to grow so much, and I really appreciate those of you who have already done so. Thank you for sharing your beautiful energy with me, and I can't wait to read for you again. All right. Take care, Scorpio. Pile 8. Bye. Hello, Pile 9, beautiful Sagittarius. It is just so appropriate that you have this card of adventure, since your sign very much means adventure. The keywords here are experience and taking risks and wish. So I'm getting this feeling of, like, a wish granted this month very much from your initial, like, energy here. I'm getting already, like, tingling on the left side of my scalp. Yeah, really cool energy coming in. So let's go ahead and see what we have for your rune this month. Just take one. All right. So we have Kanaz, or Kanaz. I can never decide how to pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced multiple different ways. But this rune means fire, warmth, energy, power, positive attitude. So very compatible with his energy of adventure and taking risks. I just had a little hiccup, so it's confirmation for me that energy is right on track for you. So let's go ahead and shuffle this first tarot deck for you here. We're going to pull 3 cards from this deck. Get more information about your month ahead. 7 of Crystals. So this is the 7 of Pentacles. So it's options and results are the keywords. King of Shells, harmony and integrity. So shells are the suit of cups, or the water element. So this King of Shells is also the King of Cups. Yeah, I'm getting that not only are you going to be taking risks, but you're going to be seeing results, and you're going to be taking risks with integrity is a message that's coming through. And the Hermit, contemplation and wisdom. Yeah, you're taking wise risks this month. Like, you're taking risks that you're taking risks that you have kind of, like, wished upon a star for, is the message that I'm getting with this. This star is really catching my attention. Like, These are new adventures that you're going on that you only dreamt about. You know, maybe as like a little kid, you dreamt that you'd be going on this adventure that you're going on this month, or starting this new venture, this new path. It could even be, you know, with another person, right? We've got these two people here riding this tiger over these clouds. Like, I'm getting like floating on cloud 9. So maybe you're going to be floating on cloud 9 with a significant other this month. That's a fun message. Wow. The 9 of Cups. I mean, I literally said, like, I feel like you're getting a wish granted. This is literally like the wish granted card. So much, so much like magical energy coming through your pile. Like, you're just going to be like floating on cloud 9, like wishes granted, like having these cool experiences. Like, oh, it's really exciting, like beautiful energy for you, Sagittarius. Like, yeah, positive attitude. Like, you're just gonna be feeling good. Oh, and then we've got the Devil energy. Let's get another card and kind of see what this is about. King of Pentacles. I mean, the positivity in your reading is just astounding. I am feeling, you know, the way that this devil is like surrounded by all of this positive, magical, beautiful energy. A few things are coming through for me here with this devil card. One is that it might feel like it's too good to be true. You know, you might be having some doubts, some like worries about like maybe it'll all just vanish, maybe it's just a dream, maybe it'll just like, you know, dissolve into thin air. King of Pentacles is coming through to tell you that this is here to stay. This is a solid foundation that you've built. I mean, look at this massive tree. Like, those roots, that tree can't be toppled by any wind. It also can't be uprooted by any tornado. Like, you are building a foundation this month. You've already built this foundation, but you're contributing to it this month, and it's not just going to blow away. So this wish coming true isn't just going to be a puff of smoke. It's literally going to feed into this tree of life that you've already been growing. You know, you've earned this bounty. You've earned these results. Like, there's such a sense of living in harmony, living in integrity, of making wise decisions. I mean, the King of Pentacles is someone who, you know, he's earned his wealth. He's earned his security, and non-gender specific here, right? So it's just very much the energy of like, yeah, I mean, if you like, okay, so this isn't necessarily like a blanket statement true for everybody, but it's coming through. So it's definitely a message for someone here where I'm picking up on somebody thinking like, if I had to design a perfect partner, it would be the energy of the King of Cups and the energy of the King of Pentacles. Like, someone who's stable, secure, you know, has like financial security, has, you know, good health, like all the things, right? And then also the King of Water, the King of Cups, is somebody who is emotionally mature, has really good, a good relationship with their own emotions, their own knowledge of themselves and how they react in different situations, and what their needs are, and what they're able to give, and what they, you know, ask for from other people, and they're able to, you know, this is somebody who can show up and be a rock, be somebody who can support, but also not just be like a closed off, like stoic person. It's somebody who has that warmth and that depth of expression to really, you know, make their partner feel safe and supported in any experience, any emotion, any, you know, the ups and downs of life. Like, they're there being their person, right? So, you know, maybe you've already found that person, maybe you're meeting them this month. I definitely see them as, I definitely see like that kind of partnership in your energy. So I don't know if it's because it's already there, you've already met them, you're already in this relationship and you're going on this adventure together, or maybe in this adventure you're going to meet this person that, you know, is your rock essentially. But yeah, and if, you know, a relationship is not something that you see as part of your ideal future, then it may just be that you're growing this within yourself, right? You're becoming your own rock. You're becoming your own King of Cups, your own King of Pentacles, building that solid relationship foundation within yourself as well. You know, because the Hermit too can also like, might be a reinforcement to some of you who are building that relationship within yourself through like wise contemplation and learning about, you know, how to go on that experience. But yeah, so beautiful. Like I still can't get over the wish fulfillment energy and how gorgeous that is. Really exciting energy for like an upcoming month reading, because, you know, it kind of says that like some really big wish, and I just got a hiccup, so like yeah, definitely a confirmation that some really big wish is going to be fulfilled like within the next month for you. Like that's pretty quick moving short-term energy, so you know, you're not going to have to like wait around for a long time, which is pretty exciting. And maybe that comes from you really taking that risk. Wow. So King of Earth, which is the King of Pentacles. So again, your guides are really wanting to comfort you, is like a big message that's coming through. Like this, it may feel like whimsical, like, ooh, we're going on an adventure, we're taking a risk, like la-di-da sort of energy is kind of the message that's coming through. And you might be having a lot of concern that maybe this, whatever this new experience, new adventure, risk that you're taking, that it might just be like a passing fancy or a passing experience. But your guides are saying this is here to stay. Like this is something you've not only earned, you've built the foundation for, you've grown the tree trunk, you've grown the branches, you've leafed them out, like they're about to blossom. Like you've done all of this, like you've earned it, you know, through past trials, tribulations, past efforts, you know, being a good steward of your own life, essentially, like growing your own tree there, right? Like watering it, you know, cultivating it, like shielding it from certain storms, like whatever it is, right? Well, it was like a little baby tree, like you kept it safe, and now like you're reaping these rewards, and it's very much here to stay. You know, whether that's like a relationship that's, you know, your guides are saying it's solid, like it's gonna be long term. Like two Kings of Pentacles, like it's like the message is like to the grave and beyond, like like maybe like into your next life again. Like yeah, this message is coming, you know, if that's the like wish fulfillment that you're hoping for, you know, definitely getting an affirmation there that this relationship is solid, this person is solid. And if it's not a person, then maybe it's a, you know, a source of abundance, a new career, a promotion within your current fields, you know, maybe access to another level of, you know, being like, I'm getting that like maybe some of you were worried that you'd kind of reached the top of where your like schooling could take you, or where your you know, being in a, maybe you feel like you've been pigeonholed in a certain career fields or a certain job description, and you didn't see like how you could keep advancing and still do something that you love. And I'm feeling like there's something that's going to come through that's going to feel like a total wish fulfillment and a new adventure. Might be a little bit of a risk to take, but it's going to pay off in dividends. Like not only is it going to lead to greater abundance and wealth, but it's also going to be a stable, long-term avenue of growth for you to keep growing. Like, you've already grown, but you're gonna keep like getting taller and broader and, you know, just like being more magnificent. So yeah, really, really beautiful message coming here for you, through here for you, Sagittarius, pile number 9. So gorgeous. And I love that you're the pile, you're pile number 9, which is like, you know, 9 of cups and the 9, like 999 might be a strong number for you, a signifier for you this month, which the number 9 also signifies like kind of coming to that end of one path and feeling very fulfilled, but also like being ready for the next, like for the closure and the next adventure, right? Like it's kind of that number of like continuous renewal as well. So, and it's a very magical number. So yeah, definitely feel like the energy of the number 9 is with you this month. So beautiful pile number 9. Thank you so much for watching this reading. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, all of those that have, and definitely helps to support this channel and future readings. And I can't wait to do more readings for you. So I hope to see you again soon. All right, well, take care. All of the blessings. Bye-bye. Hello, beautiful Capricorn, pile number 10. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really looking forward to doing your June 2023 reading. And of course, if you are coming to this reading at a different time, I just got a little hiccup, so a confirmation that some of you are coming at a different time, then this reading is for whatever is the month ahead for you when you find this reading. So definitely apply it how it resonates. And we're going to start by pulling a rune for you. So I'm seeing this right here. Let me just place this at the top. So this is the rune of algaes, which also, so it symbolizes the elk, which is interesting because we do have a deer here in this card. And it also symbolizes protection, support, and the wisdom of the universe. So really interesting because, you know, we've got the council here, which the keywords are group, meeting, and advisors. And it kind of, this card symbolizes like a coming together of your like trusted friends who give you good advice that you then, you know, kind of need to weigh and decide, you know, because ultimately it's still your decision. Like everyone's going to have a different approach, a different opinion, a different perspective. They're going to have, you know, they're going to speak from different life experiences, right? So, you know, with the wisdom of the universe here, definitely feel a relationship between these two. Let's go ahead and get into your tarot and see where we're going with this. Yeah, something that you might be needing advice, or maybe people are giving you advice and you need to be picky on, you know, what decision, like how you decide to use that advice. 5 feathers, strategy and resilience. This card has actually been coming through quite a lot today. So this is the 5 of Swords card. So yeah, strategy and resilience, very related to kind of that mental, like figuring out how to go forth with sometimes like different viewpoints coming through. And there's actually 5 animals in this card. It's a little hard to see, but there is a little bird here on this deer's ear. So there's actually 5 essentially council members: the ostrich, the fox, the cheetah, the deer, and the bird. Yeah, interesting. So, you know, 5 is the number of change. So maybe there's a significant change going on in your life in June that you're kind of needing to get some counsel on, some advice. think this one. Two of Shells, union and harmony. So this is the Two of Cups with the doves here. Interesting. Maybe you're seeking out advice from your significant other as well. Maybe this advice is around a relationship that you are in or are entering, or maybe you're contemplating seeking out a significant relationship if you've been single. You know, might be something around that going on this month. Queen of Feathers, perception and truth. So this is the Queen of Swords. Yeah, so the Queen of Swords, you know, she's an impressive communicator, right? She has really healthy, smart boundaries. She communicates very well. She presents her authentic self. Sometimes she can lose a little bit of touch with her emotional side, potentially. So seeing with kind of the way that this bat is oriented towards this Two of Shells, that one message that's coming through, it's specific, so it may not apply to everybody that's watching, but there may be an aspect here where there may be something that it would benefit you to get advice from a significant person in your life, but you may be so focused on kind of flying solo and like making up your own mind, because you are incredibly smart. You know, you have really good intuition, you have good clarity of thought, like you have a sharp mind. Like that's very much coming through here. But there might be something that someone else's perspective who cares deeply about you might be able to bring into the light that otherwise you might miss, right? Yeah. So might be a strong message there for some people watching. Just take it if it resonates. Let's go ahead and get some more tarot cards for you. So this is the Ask the Witch deck. Almost said desk. It's kind of funny. I feel like that's relevant for somebody. So if you're sitting at a desk or something, that might just be like a nod for you. But so we're going to get some cards that we'll use to clarify this top row cards, but also to be a message in their own right. So first we have the Page of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and getting this card, the Devil. So interesting. The Devil keeps making an appearance today. So I kind of feel like a lot of people in this month of June might be overcoming some aspects of themselves that might strike some trepidation, right? Like might stir up some feelings of kind of like being unsure, you know, wanting to make the right decision. I do feel like for this reading in particular, for your reading, Capricorn, reading number 10, I think that there's a reiteration of this message of, it may be that one of your, I'm not going to say like bad qualities, because I think it's actually like in some ways it can be a strength. But I think that one of your maybe like blind spots, we'll say, is that you can get so focused on, you know, blazing your own path and like only listening to your own counsel, that you can sometimes miss other people's needs or other people's input that could really benefit you and lead to a more harmonious, like well-rounded outcome. So yeah, that might just be saying that that's kind of, you know, your guides are acknowledging that that's a blind spot. They're almost like, it's kind of like they're like, it's like when you affectionately like tease somebody that you deeply care about like, you know, a quirk that they have. It's like, it's not a serious, like big deal, you know, big bad energy sort of thing. It's kind of like a gentle, like teasing, joking, kind of like, you know, giving you a little nudge, like, yeah, you know you do that sometimes, and like we still love you, but like, hey, like maybe pay attention to this, you know, just allow it to like come into your mind, and you know, I mean, you've got the rune of like the wisdom of the universe and support and protection, right? So your guides are like here protecting you, supporting you, imparting some wisdom, and they're like, hey, remember to like, you know, occasionally talk to other people about like decisions that you're making, especially if those decisions like involve them, right? Or if you're like kind of conflicted on which way to go, like it might be wise to seek out counsel of your trusted friends, right? Or meditate and ask your guides, right? Like ask for some wisdom, some input from your spiritual advisors, right? So definitely a message coming there for you. I see that you have evolved in this. Like, I think that your mind has like grown so sharp and so intense and so intuitive that yeah, like you like get these flashes of insight, and you kind of like know which way to go. But like with this Nine of Wands here, like a lot of times it's interesting because the Nine of Wands a lot of times is more of this kind of like defensive, like being ready, being like waiting, kind of like being on guard, you know, anticipating, like even anticipating an attack, like that sort of thing, right? And in this Knight of Wands, she's using one of the wands as like this support, this walking stick, and she's like communing with this little cat, this little, I'm getting very much of this as like a little spirit guide that's come up to her, and they're having this exchange of energy. And so I'm definitely getting a strong message here of encouragement from your guides to take this message, don't take it defensively, but take it as a message of support and encouragement and guidance that will, you know, like instead of just walking on 2 legs, you'll be walking on 3, like your own 2 legs plus this staff of like support from the universe, from the wisdom of the universe, the wisdom of your friends, you know, your trusted advisors, whoever those may be. So let's get one more tarot card here for you. I think in June, there might be several things that you're needing to make decisions around, and they might feel really big and overwhelming. You might feel like you have to be really strategic, and you have to like have a lot of resilience. There might be things that even like might kind of like keep you up at night, and you're almost having to be like hyper vigilant about. And you know, a message that's coming through here is like lean on others. You know, there's so many people around you who are willing to take on some of that burden and bolster your strength. You know, be your support, be your wise counsel that can help take on some of that responsibility of making all of these decisions and taking on all this responsibility. Like, yeah, just lean on people who love you. All right, so your final card here, yeah, this 3 of Cups, beautiful. So again, so interesting, because we typically in a 3 of Cups card, almost always, I think this is like one of the first 3 of Cups cards that I've ever seen that only has one person in the card. So I'm getting such a strong sense that you have a tendency to take things on solo. And look how interesting here. She's got like, so this algae's rune is the elk, right? With like, it kind of looks like antlers here. And this person here in this 3 of Cups card has antlers coming from her head. So very strong, like getting a very strong sense of this person being you, and that you kind of tend to swim solo, and like, you know, a lot of times it works out great for you. Like the 3 of Cups is very much a card of like celebration, of, you know, Generally it's a celebration after like some sort of like accomplishment or like, you know, successful event, you know, whatever it might be, right? And she does have these 3 fish swimming by her side though, you know? And so I get this sense that like, yeah, just don't forget about the people who swim next to you, right? Like they want to celebrate with you. They want to partake in this, you know, the ups and downs, the lows, the highs. Like, oh, sorry about that, guys. My video timed out. It got too long. Anyways, so, but yeah, people, you know, these people that are around you, like they want to partake in all aspects of life with you. So, you know, a true friend is there whether you're crying on their shoulder or, you know, venting or complaining about like all of your responsibilities, or you're celebrating and you can't believe your luck and your wishes are coming true and you met the love of your life and you're getting married and you're having kids, like whatever it might be that, you know, is reason for celebration. Like a true friend wants to be there and bolster you, you know, support you, whether it's in a high or a low or a just mediocre, like whatever it is, right? So yeah, definitely getting that you're gonna have reason for celebration this month. And you know, bring people along with you that care about you so that you can celebrate together. Okay, beautiful. All right, so Capricorn, pile number 10. This is a beautiful reading to get to do for you today. Thank you for letting me share in this beautiful energy of yours. And I'm so happy for you for the month of June. I think this is going to be a really positive, good growth and good things happening month for you. So congratulations. Yeah, so definitely like, share, subscribe, comment. You know, if you feel called to, all of that helps to support my channel and help the channel to grow and help support me to keep doing these readings for all of you. So can't wait to do another reading for you. Take care, Capricorn, pile 10. Bye. Hello, beautiful Aquarius, pile number 11. I am really excited to do your reading today because I feel like this card in particular has a really important message that is, yeah, it just feels like it really needs to get to your ears. So we're going to pull a rune here. Beautiful. Let's put this just right up here. So this rune, this rune of Jera, or Jera, means harvest, reaping of rewards for past efforts, justice. Sorry, my cat's coming up to say hi. Oh, you've got a little weed on you. She had this little grass seed on her. She goes outside a little bit, so just felt that on her side. Anyways, all right, so yeah, so this rune, interesting in combination with this card of Repose, because so the keywords here are pause, respite, and timeout. And I was just reading in the guidebook about this book, and one of the sentences in the guidebook really struck me. It's the final sentence of the passage, and it says, "You create a better you when you take time out to just be." And then also, taking a respite benefits others around you as well as yourself. So yeah, it's like I'm getting the message of it's hard to reap rewards when you haven't essentially like replenished, like when you haven't, you know, planted the seeds and watered them. Like there's no harvest if you haven't taken that time to let those seeds incubate and grow, right? And yeah, you also have to let the earth fallow, right? Like you have to give the earth time to rest and replenish itself before it can support another crop, another harvest, right? So getting that there's definitely a message here for you about allowing yourself time. You know, maybe you need to allow yourself time to follow, to seemingly be, you know, unproductive is a message that's coming through, but it's going to help you to be incredibly productive in the future. My cat's getting very involved with your reading, so I feel like there's some cat lovers here. All right, so we've got the Page of Shells, which is the Page of Cups, or Page of Water. Glenn. Okay, I'm gonna pause. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna play with Oakland for a little bit. Okay, we're back. I've been doing these readings for quite a while today, so she's like, come on, play with me. So maybe there's a strong message there of like, I don't know, if you have pets or have kids, you know, maybe there's a message here to take some time out. I mean, the Page of Cups is a very playful, childlike energy. You know, maybe it's time for you to take some time and just play with them. Like take an afternoon off or a day off and like go to a park or like go somewhere that you know, makes you feel like a kid again and just like have fun, right? Like take that time to rest and rejuvenate and do fun things with your loved ones. Yeah, so the Chariot, discipline and determination with this rhino. I mean, it seems clear to me that you are a successful person, and we all deserve time off, right? Like we all deserve to take rest. The Emperor, wow, focus and stability. So I feel like we've got some people here watching this that like you might be a bit of a workaholic at times, you know, very focused on like achieving those dreams of yours and you're really good at it, and so it can get a bit addictive, right? To like just keep going on that path and like keep like pushing ahead, like no matter what. You know, those things will always be there, right? Like taking an afternoon off to like have fun with friends or just go like lay on some grass and watch the clouds. Like you're still going to be that same successful person, and in fact you'll probably be even more successful because you know, gave yourself time to replenish. Maybe you'll even get some insights while you're relaxing that then, you know, are going to prove to be really fruitful when you get back to that drawing board or creative space where you drive a lot of your productivity from, right? I mean, this might directly lead to intuition or intuitive hits. You know, meditating often is where people find that they're able to not only clear their minds, but also like open up space for connections to be made, for insights to be had that may not have had the space to come into your awareness otherwise. Because if you're just busy, that clutter kind of pushes some of those intuitive hits out of your mind. Knight of Pentacles. Beautiful. I just love the peacock's feathers, like how vibrant this color is in this image. I love that the Knight of Pentacles here is riding a peacock, like coming in all of his glory. Like definitely an image of like movement, but with a flavor of like fun here, right? Like how fun would it be to like ride a peacock around? Yeah, Three of Cups. So, you know, interesting here that there's like what looks like a child celebrating too. It's like the 3 different generations. So there might be a strong message here to like take some time out to spend with family, with chosen family, with different generations of people that are dear to you, like kids, elders, you know, grandparents, like your friends, parents, like whatever it might be, take some time to spend with them. You know, they're not, you know, especially if they're elderly, they're not always going to be around, right? And so like it's really important to not just always focus on like work or productivity or like feeling like there's a scarcity or lack of time. Like time is what you make it, right? Like you get to choose how you spend your time in a lot of ways. Like of course there's, you know, we all have to pay the bills and try not to lose our job, that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm getting such a strong message that like you have more control over your ability to spend time with loved ones and doing things that bring you joy. You have more control over that than maybe you're currently realizing. Wow, and the sun. Yeah, do things that make you happy. Like, I'm getting such a strong message for this month that, you know, you've got to find this balance between being this emperor and being like such a strong provider, producer, like, you know, focusing on your like stability in your empire. You've got to bring some more joy and cheerfulness and playfulness and childlike energy into your life and find that good balance, right? Between like discipline and playfulness and, you know, focusing on your stability and focusing on important people in your life that, you know, it may not feel like it achieves anything to go and sit with, you know, your grandmother for an hour, but you're sure going to look back on that time more than any hour that you spend at work, right? So yeah, that's kind of a specific message, so it may not resonate for everybody, but just take the energy, how it resonates for you. Any messages that don't feel like they resonate for you, just it's probably for somebody else, so you can just leave those. Emotions, yeah. So this card, really interesting. So this is the card 19 in this deck. So it's actually the Sun card. So it has a very different meaning in this deck, but you know, you've still got elements of the Sun here. And really interesting because this angel is essentially balancing this sword that has like different things hanging from its ends, like a little heart, a little star, a butterfly. And it's kind of like being able to balance your emotions, even balancing with like your logic, you know, same thing, kind of like balancing those two sides of yourself. But yeah, getting a strong message not to disregard your emotions, right? Like your emotions are just as important as making money or being productive or being logical, right? Like your emotions deserve just as much of your time and regard. And sometimes it's really important to just take some time to kind of like be in your emotions and be in your feelings. Like allow yourself to just be, and whatever you feel, whatever comes up, you know, just spend some time like just feeling that and observing it. And it's not, you know, a lot of people who, when they start to get into meditation, you know, fear that if they allow themselves to really feel and lean into their strong emotions, they feel like they might drown in those emotions and they fear that. And it's quite surprising because often when you finally allow yourself to really feel your emotions, they come and go quite quickly. Like they're very transitory. They're giving you information, and once you've gotten that information from them, they kind of like move on, right? It's usually when we don't feel them, when we don't listen, when we kind of repress those emotions, that's when they tend to linger and hang out a lot more and kind of get stuck. Okay? So beautiful message, Aquarius, pile number 11. Thank you so much for letting me do this beautiful reading for you today. definitely feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. All of those are ways in which you can support this channel, and I can't wait to do another reading for you in the future. All right, take care. Hello Pisces, pile number 10. Welcome to your June 2023 reading. So we are going to draw a rune for you to start out your reading. We have the rune of, oh, excuse me, let me just make sure that's all, yep, looks like you can see that just fine. So this is the rune of Rido, so that is the rune of movement, of travel, also an introspective journey, so it can often be symbolic of a travel, a journey inwards. So really interesting with this card of Ask, number 3. Makes me think of the Empress card as well with that number 3. But yeah, so the keywords here are launch, soar, and request. And I was reading the guidebook for this card before I started your reading, and one really interesting piece from the guidebook is that I'm actually going to hold it up for you so you can see. I haven't done this for any other sign, but I feel like this guidebook is significant for you. So you can take a screenshot of that if you'd like. But this message here, put your heart into the thing you truly want. Your request can't be answered until it is asked. So I feel like there might be a need to do some introspective asking of yourself what it is that you truly want this month, and then ask for it, right? Because I'm getting that launch message of, you want to launch the right project, you want to launch the right boat, you want to, take off on the path that will lead to something that you truly desire. Yeah, 10 of Feathers, 10 of Swords, recovery and transformation. So there may have been a past path that you went down that actually didn't lead to something that you were truly fulfilled by. And so I'm getting that your guidance here is to kind of remember that feeling and learn from it. Don't repeat that energy, right? Pursue something that you've taken the introspective journey, the time to really ask yourself and make sure that you are choosing to pursue something that is in alignment with what you truly want for yourself and your future. The World, fulfillment and celebration. Yeah, 10, the World. I'm getting the message that, if something has ended, the world often relates to endings, right? What that means is that there's opportunity for new beginnings, right? If you've brought something to a conclusion, you get to choose the direction you go in next. And don't forget that, right? Remember that when one door closes, one opens, is very much the message that's coming through. But this World is a really beautiful card of, its keywords are literally fulfillment and celebration. So, don't be spooked by this 10 of Swords card. There's very, very positive energy around you this month of feeling that fulfillment, having reasons to celebrate. Okay. Let's see what other card is relevant to you this month. Okay, this one. 3 of Crystals, collaboration and productivity. I thought it said celebration again, so that's why I laughed. But this is the 3 of Pentacles. So yeah, you might be making some decisions about what energies you collaborate with. I just had a little hiccup, so that kind of confirms that. But so I'm getting that you may be needing to make some wise choices about energies that you bring into your life, have around you in your world, and you may need to be doing some inner asking, like making, checking in with yourself, making sure that the people, the things, the events you decide to attend, like whatever it might be, whatever energies you're thinking about, including in your life this month and bringing into your own energy this month. Just having some, time to like check in with yourself, make sure that those are the energies that you want near to you and that you see as leading to the sense of fulfillment and celebration in the future. Okay, because you're like savvy. You've learned lessons, you've recovered, you've transformed, you've become this extremely wise serpent. Here is the feeling that I'm getting, and all of that knowledge has been gifted. It's hard fought for, right? It's not just like a free gift, but it is a gift of knowledge to have gone through difficult experiences and come out the other side stronger and wiser. So use that knowledge to your benefit. You also need to ask if you wish to receive any guidance from external sources, right? You're being encouraged here to ask for that, because you can't receive, something unless it's requested, essentially, unless you're like open to receiving that. We'll pull a few more cards here from this Ask the Witch Tarot. The Empress. Yeah, I was getting such a strong Empress energy, so I'm not surprised to see it come out in the cards. You are definitely embodying this Empress energy, and non-gender specific, of course. I'm getting this really, really strong, like being in your feminine, like wisdom, right? Like that receptive energy of, knowing when to kind of sit back, when to advance, when to make decisions and when to take in more information, but also really being in touch with your intuition. You have such strong abilities of like seeing into other people and understanding motivations. You have so much life experience that you're able to pull from, right? Like you're able to take that inner journey and really transform maybe even negative experiences that you've been through into a positive thing now, because you're able to use that wisdom in a way that benefits you currently and benefits others as well. There's also a message coming through that you have so much within yourself and you have so much within your life to be truly grateful for and to celebrate. Sometimes this card can also be, appreciate kind of like what you have rather than almost like wishing for what somebody else has or envying what somebody else has. And so there is a message coming through here of like, you have the world like at your feet, essentially, is the message that's coming through. No reason to envy another. Oh yeah, and like the Nine of Pentacles, very much reiterating that message of being content in your own garden, right? Like I mean, I love the fact that there's this antlered elk or stag in the background, which is such a strong symbol of divine power and divine wisdom. And this, magnificent creature is back there just content to be just kind of meandering and grazing and just like hanging out here. And so is this person, sitting here reading this book. And there's very much a feeling of kind of like repose and relaxation and contentment with what you've grown, what you've been able to establish here. No need to, look at somebody else's grass as the grass is greener. Like your world is beautiful. And I get the feeling too that there might be a sense this month that other people want to collaborate with you and come in because of this world that you've grown, just out of being your own self. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, there definitely could be somebody coming in wanting to collaborate with you. They might be a bit slow moving, but it feels like they have a lot to offer and that there will be movement towards you. You don't really need to do anything. Like, you're kind of just, you're sitting here, but I do get the sense that you do need to be open and receptive to this energy, and that there might be someone coming in to assist with something. Maybe this sense of like transformation might relate to what this person is coming in to help with in your world, leading to that like collaboration, celebration, productivity. It could be in a work sense. It could be in like, I'm getting the feeling of like building something sense. So like almost like a physical sense of like building something. So I don't know exactly what that relates to, but it could also be like in a partnership sense for some of you as well. Interesting. Okay. So we've got the card of thought here, which it's card number 18. So in a traditional tarot deck, this would relate to the moon, but this deck has pretty different meanings for a lot of these major arcana. But it is still really interesting that it has some relevance to the moon energy. Yeah, partially because I feel like there's definitely a sense of like relaxing, taking that opportunity to go on a bit of an inner journey. I feel like this month overall is going to be a bit of a slower month for you. Not to say that it won't be productive, but if anything, it might kind of pick up towards the end of the month and be a bit more of a, go-getter, accomplishing things type of energy towards the end of the month rather than at the beginning. I feel like you almost come in with this sense of like needing to take this inner journey, needing to assess your direction, and then to maybe even wait for this collaboration energy to come towards you. And so I feel like this card here is reinforcing that message of, taking the time to really contemplate, spend time kind of looking into what you're creating, this like cauldron of creation here. You have this power. Like, there's literally double cauldrons in your message here, right? Like the Empress is stirring a cauldron. Your, this thought card, she's looking into a cauldron, and there's a very strong feeling of you're creating, essentially like you're creating your present, you're creating your own, like your very existence. Like you're creating how you spend your days, you're creating, who you spend it with, what you spend it doing, like how happy or sad you are, like all of the things, right? And so, the power of thought is our power of manifestation. Like it's, we can't create something that we aren't essentially able to think up, right? And so it's really valuable to spend time checking in with what you would like to create in your world, and then essentially focusing your thoughts towards that is the message that's coming through. You definitely have some manifesting, pretty strong manifesting power here. I mean, just with like the progression of this energy, I feel like you're dreaming something up, and then you're essentially content to allow it to come to you, and it does, right? So, but you have to ask first. You have to essentially do that inner journey, ask for it to be so, and then know that it will be, and it will, right? So, okay, really beautiful reading for your month of June, Pisces, pile number 12. So thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you today. Definitely comment if you would like to, and thank you so much to those of you who have commented, subscribed, liked videos. All of that really helps the channel to grow, and I thank you so much for all of your beautiful energy. I can't wait to do a reading again in the future for you. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.